Here in Charlotte, North Carolina, they call it the Beehive, the Charlotte Coliseum. And it's the home of the Charlotte Hornets. Tonight, the Suns continue their road swing as they take on the Hornets in NBA action. Well, how you doing, everybody? Along with Keith Erickson, I'm Al McCoy. This road trip started off on the right foot last night in Atlanta, Keith, with a nice victory over the Hawks.
No better way to start a road trip than to get a win right off the bat. As they say, you can't win them all if you don't win the first one. It was a terrific win.
And it was kind of veterans night for the Suns as they took on Atlanta, because two of their veteran players, Rex Chapman and Danny Manning, had big ball games.
Boy, they sure did. Rex Chapman, once again, he's the leading scorer for the Suns and came through with 26 points. He was shooting it awfully well, 12 out of 19. Danny Manning, coming off the bench, had 19 points, and 9 of those at just the right time in the fourth quarter.
Well, they did a tremendous job, that's for sure. And now the Suns have another all-star. That's right. And we'll update that when we come back right after these messages.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Breakdown is the #1 thriller in the country.
My wife did not leave me.
The New York Times calls it pure action. It packs a punch.
What do you want?
Fresh and exciting, says USA Today. Solid thrills raised Gene Shalit of the Today Show.
When do I see my wife?
Just start walking. People magazine calls it a high-octane thriller.
Get down on the ground!
And Roger Ebert says this film delivers. Breakdown.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Gotham City's got a new attraction, and her name is
Poison Ivy.
Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket and find out for yourself
Just what I had in mind.
if Batman and Robin can stop fighting over her
She loves me and not you, and it's driving you crazy.
long enough to save the world.
Everything dead on Earth except us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman. Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
For all of you basketball fans who are into statistics, so far the NBA and the Fannie Mae Foundation have hit 435,000 boards, thrown up 300,000 bricks, made 90,000 assists, and with the help of a 10-foot stepladder reached a goal slightly higher than the basket. The NBA and the Fannie Mae Foundation, America's home team.
I mentioned an all-star. Well, Jason Kidd becomes the 18th Phoenix Sun to participate in the NBA All-Star game. He played once in a Dallas uniform. This is his first time in a Phoenix Suns uniform, and certainly well-deserved. He was voted by the coaches. It was announced officially today.
Well, it sure was. And Al, as we take a look at his statistics and at Jason, they don't do him justice. He does so many things out there on the floor, and he makes all of his teammates better. And there isn't a guy playing in an All-Star game wouldn't love to have Jason on the floor at the same time.
Well, in the 30-year history of the Suns, they've had all-stars with the exception of just 3 years, so it's been great. And our sincere congratulations to Jason Kidd. He'll be a sensational representative. The challenge tonight, the Charlotte Hornets, and that means trying to stop Glen Rice, one of the top scorers in the NBA, and he's off to a superstar.
Well, he sure is, averaging 22 points a game, and he shoots the ball so well, 45% from the floor, 43% from the three-point line. He's a great player, Al.
He really is, and it'll be a big challenge trying to slow him down in this game tonight. We're going to have the invocation here at Charlotte Coliseum. The Reverend Tim Moore from Sardis Baptist Church will perform the invocation.
We ask that you would make our calls for truth and equality as loud as our cheers for the Hornets, that you would make our plans for justice and peace as earnest as our prayers for the safety and sportsmanship of these players and officials. Make us as unified in our community as we often are in this Coliseum. This we pray. Amen.
Well, right now we're going to take a break and be back, of course, with the starting lineups and tonight's play-by-play here from the Charlotte Coliseum. It's the Suns and the Hornets. Don't go away. Back right after these important messages.
It starts with a whisper.
And we're going to cover the whole area
Some
today.
heed the call, but it speaks to all of us. It's about our towns, our cities, our lives. It's about what we can do for tomorrow. It's about pitching in, giving back, and getting it done. And soon that whisper will become a chorus, and its voice will be heard. We will make a difference. Volunteer to improve your community.
Gotham City's got a new attraction, and her name is
Poison Ivy.
Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket and find out for yourself
Just what I had in mind.
if Batman and Robin can stop fighting over her
She loves me and not you, and it's driving you crazy.
long enough to save the world.
Everything dead on Earth except us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman. Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
This is where I work. These are my co-workers. Those are my customers. And that's me. Employee number 8. I make baskets.
Come along, join the biggest stars as they soar into the night. We've hit the stage to watch the NBA play. All across Broadway. I love this game. NBA. I love this game. We need a team in Siam. I love this game. I love this game.
Well, it's time for our Discount Tire starting lineup. And, of course, the Suns, the visiting team here in Charlotte tonight. And they come into town with a very impressive record on the season, 27-13. So our Discount Tire starters up front will be Antonio McDyess, 6'9", 220 in his third year from Alabama. Continuing on with the Suns starters, Cliff Robinson. He's 6'10", 225 from Connecticut in his 9th season. Mark Bryant from Seton Hall in his 10th year, 6'9", 245. That's the starting front line. And in backcourt for the Suns tonight will be Rex Chapman from Kentucky in his 10th year, 6'4", 195. And the other starting guard for the Phoenix Suns, Jason Kidd, 6'4", 212 from the University of California in his 4th NBA season. The Suns head coach, of course, is Danny Ainge. His staff, Roger Reed, Scott Skiles, and Frank Johnson. The head athletic trainer for the Suns is Joe Prosky, assistant trainer Aaron Nelson, and the strength coach is Robin Pound. So the starters for the Suns again, Antonio McDyess, Cliff Robinson, Mark Bryant, Rex Chapman, and Jason Kidd. And of course, this is kind of a homecoming of sorts for Rex Chapman as he came out of Kentucky early, Keith, as you'll recall, with Charlotte.
That's exactly right, Al. Rex, after playing 2 years Charlotte, he was the number 8 pick in the draft that season.
So it's kind of a homecoming for him to come back here to Charlotte, North Carolina. Now let's go to the Discount Tire starting lineup for the hometown Hornets. Their leading scorer, Glen Rice, 6'8", 221 out of the University of Michigan in his 9th season. One of the starting forwards. At the other forward spot from Tennessee State. In his 9th year, 6'8", 250, Anthony Mason. At center, it'll be Matt Geiger from Georgia Tech, a 6-year pro, 7'1", 248 pounds. In backcourt, from Arkansas, Corey Beck, just his 2nd season in the NBA, a 6'3", 200-pounder. And the other starting guard is David Wesley, a 5th-year performer from Baylor, 6'1", 202 pounds. The head coach and a Hall of Famer in his own right, Dave Cowens, his 3rd season as the head man in the NBA, his 2nd here in Charlotte. And his assistants, of course, include a one-time Sun assistant, Paul Silas, along with Lee Rose and Mark Osowski, and the trainer here for the Charlotte Hornets is Terry Koffler. Dave Cowens, one of the great Boston Celtic performers throughout his NBA career, the head coach here of the Charlotte Hornet Ball Club. The NBA referees working this game here tonight at the Beehive: Bill Oakes, Tommy Nunez, Michael Smith. And it hasn't been a very nice day. We mentioned it earlier, Keith. It's been raining like crazy all day long here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Well, I hope it stops before we get on the plane tonight. Make it a little easier flight.
Want to mention again to our radio listeners in Phoenix, our game is on 2 stations, both News Radio 620 KTAR and KMVP 860 AM, the sports station. And the reason for that is that News Radio 620 will interrupt for any late news concerning the White House or for the start of that State of the Union message. So just wanted to mention that to you. Our AutoZone matchup for this game tonight, and we'll be watching this closely.
Absolutely. Cliff is going to have his hands full. Cliff Robinson, averaging over 11 points a game and rebounding almost 5 a game, is going to go against Glen Rice. He's going to be chasing Glen all over the floor. Rice, most valuable player in the All-Star game last year, averaging 22 points a game, just having an outstanding season, and he's their go-to guy.
Our Blue Cross Blue Shield health status report. Suns still with 3 players on the injured list: Kevin Johnson, along with Horacio Llamas and Lauren Meyer. That's our Blue Cross Blue Shield health status report. And out for the Charlotte Hornets: Dale Curry, Vlade Divac, and Bobby Phils. The Suns in their road purple uniforms with the black and orange trim. Charlotte with their home white with the teal trim. Talking about Glen Rice, he's averaging an even 22 points a game. The Hornets as a team score just under 95 a game. The Suns are at 99. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, hope you'll be able to stay with us for this one from Charlotte, North Carolina. And the Suns had the tip, lose it, get it back. Picked up by Cliff Robinson. Gets it back now to All-Star Jason Kidd. He'll bounce the ball into McDyess. Here's the turnaround, knocked away by Mason, but saved by Mark Bryant. Plenty time on the shot clock. Still 10 seconds to shoot it. They go to Robinson, backing down Rice. His turnaround in the lane is short. Off to the right. The scramble goes to the corner. Suns get it again. Mark Bryant. New shot clock. Cliff Robinson off the glass too hard. Tip up once by McDyess, won't go. Out front it comes to Kidd, and the Suns keep it alive. Chapman for that running right-hander. Swish from 15. They finally got it.
Well, it took them enough tries. They had 4 opportunities and finally got one down on their very first possession.
Well, they were battling the offensive boards like crazy. Here's Glen Rice on the drive. Gets in deep. His shot won't go. Tip in will, and that was Geiger right on the spot.
Well, and he was right on the rim, too. Tapped that ball home.
So it's a 2-2 tie. Down the right side comes Jason Kidd for the Suns. He'll drive the middle, takes it to the hoop for a finger roll. It's good, and the scoring starting off at a rapid pace.
Outstanding drive. Once again, Jason Kidd right down the middle.
Coming down the left side is Glen Rice. Into Geiger. Geiger open, backing down, but fires it out to Mason. His 15-footer straightaway is not going to go. Rebound knocked to the side, and Wesley will gather it in. Wesley had several years with the Boston Celtics before coming here. Wesley holds up, gets the ball down to Mason on the right side. Mason in the lane. Geiger backs up 14 feet away. Missed the jump shot, and Jason Kidd with a rebound. Kidd will bring it up on the dribble. Comes down the left side. Wesley defending against the Suns. Jason Kidd to Chapman. Chapman 16-footer won't go off the back of the rim, but he's grabbed and fouled. And Beck will pick up the foul. Corey Beck picking up his first personal.
That was a very difficult shot for Rex. Corey Beck was chasing him around that screen with his right hand. Jason had to get that shot off, and Beck was coming right from the right side. He had to shoot it quickly, and Beck got him on the arm.
Rex Chapman coming off a big night last night. 26 points in the victory over Atlanta. He had 8 rebounds. He'll miss the first free throw here. Chapman averages just under 16 points a game, and that's tops for the Suns. Next free throw is good, so he gets 1 of 2. Has 3 points in the ball game, and the Suns with a 5-2 advantage. Wesley out of Baylor, a 5-year pro down the right side, and Cliff Robinson jumps out there defensively. He's going to be called for a blocking foul.
Cliff can't afford to give up his fouls on the little guys out there, helping them out. He's got to save them for the pounding that's going to go on inside.
And a new 24 seconds on the Charlotte shot clock. Rice inbounding out to Mason. The one-time New York Knick, as you'll recall, over on the right side to Corey Beck. Beck drops it down low for Geiger. Geiger in deep. Turns. Here's the shot, and I think McDyess got a piece of it. It goes out of bounds, and as a result, they will give it to Charlotte.
A couple of the Suns players were down there and had a chance to grab that ball, and they let it go, and that's what we had said earlier. You know, if you've ever got a chance to grab it, you have to grab a hold of it just in case There was a touch.
14 seconds on the shot clock. Comes out on the side to Wesley. Wesley out front to Glen Rice. He can shoot the three. He can drive to the hoop. He'll shoot the three. This one's short. Rebound down Anthony Mason. Quick pass into Geiger. Geiger scores. Great assist feed by Mason.
Absolutely. Mason first with the offensive rebound, then a terrific shovel pass down under the hoop.
Well, Geiger in the last 6 games has averaged over 16 points a game. Here's Chapman now putting a shot up, but no, we're going to get an offensive foul.
Mark Bryant, a little bit of a moving screen that time, trying to free up his teammate Rex Chapman.
So, offensive foul is called on Bryant. Moment ago, as we said, Geiger got the ball right underneath on a super feed from Anthony Mason, who wheeled it in with one hand, and Geiger has the 4 points for Charlotte. Anthony Mason working low against Mark Bryant, banging away inside to the hoop. It's short. Rebound scramble, and McDyess pulls it down for the Suns. Shovels it off on the right side for Jason Kidd. Kidd coming down behind that three-point mark. Bounces it down into Cliff Robinson. Rice guarding him. Robinson backing down right of the lane to the low post. Turns from 13. It'll bounce around. Won't go. Grabbed underneath by Mason for the Hornets. Out to Wesley. Wesley coming up out of backcourt on the dribble now. Wesley out at long range over to Beck on the left side. He slices through, throws up a running right-hander that won't go, misses everything. Geiger underneath has it knocked down by McDyess. They scramble. It's Beck out to Rice. Three-pointer off to the left, no good. And the rebound goes out of bounds, and it'll belong to Charlotte.
It looked to me like Geiger had a hold of McDyess as he was trying to jump to get that rebound. He couldn't get off the floor with Geiger's hand on his shoulder.
So let's see who's going to inbound here for the Hornets. It'll be Glen Rice. And Rice gets the ball over on the side to Beck out front down to Wesley. His last 3 years in a Boston Celtic uniform and was signed as a free agent here this summer. Wesley back at the three-point line. Here's the drive. Pull up from 16. Jumper won't go. Rebound to Mark Bryant. Bryant gets it off now to Jason Kidd. Kidd swings down the left side. Kidd keeps the ball moving up and down on the dribble. A 5-4 score. The Suns with the 1-point edge. Now Cliff Robinson breaks in low but can't get the pass. It's the Suns turnovers. It's picked off by Wesley. Wesley coming up out of backcourt down the right side. Over to Geiger. Geiger on the perimeter. Now starting to edge down on McDyess, who has him defensively. Geiger turns to the baseline, about an 8-footer, and it's right on target.
Boy, Geiger has started the last 6 ball games, and he has just done a phenomenal job.
Well, he's 3 of 6 from the field, and he has all 6 of the Hornets' points to give them a 6-5 lead. 4 minutes into the ball game here at the Beehive in Charlotte. Another steal. Glen Rice fronting Robinson. Gets the ball out to Wesley, and he's going to be fouled by Jason Kidd. Suns have gotten a little careless with a couple of passes here, and they've gotten burned.
They sure have. Jason that time was trying to get that ball down low, and just as Rice was coming around Cliff Robinson, that pass was thrown, and then Jason jumped to catch that ball and just ran into the back of Wesley, knocked him to the floor to pick up the foul.
Okay, it'll be a new 24 seconds up on the shot clock. And Wesley will go to the free throw line here as they indicate that he was on his way to the hoop. So the foul is on Kidd, and Wesley will shoot 2, and his first one is up and in. He's the only Hornet to score other than Geiger here early, and he'll have another try. Wesley taking the look. Here's the concentration, and his second free throw is also good. And it's now 8-5 lead, and the Suns have turned it over in their last 2 possessions.
Well, that's right, and that Charlotte has put up a whole bunch of shots. 13 attempts they've had, only made 3.
Here's Jason Kidd. Goes into Cliff Robinson this time. Robinson's able to make the grab. Glen Rice guarding him. Robinson backing down. We'll get a reaching in foul here, and that foul is going to be called on Glen Rice. I'm sure he'll be his first.
Good idea for Cliff to be posting up on Rice and to try and get some fouls on him and get him out of the ball game. Of course, right now it'd be good to get Geiger out of the ball game. He's the guy that's done the damage early on.
Rex Chapman inbounding, goes to Robinson, back to Rex Chapman off the glass for 50.
Wow.
Won't get it, but wow! Grabbing with one hand and jamming it through on the offensive rebound is Antonio McDyess.
Well, that was unbelievable.
A typical McDyess slam, getting the offensive rebound. Sensational. Here's Mason moving down against Mark Bryant, banging his way in low for a shot. McDyess blocks it. Super defensive play by McDyess. He does it on both ends. Over to Kidd down the right side for Chapman, knocked out of bounds by Corey Beck. Suns will still have it with 18 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Boy, Antonio McDyess at both ends of the floor. A moment ago, he went up over the top of Geiger from the outside and threw that down with one hand, came back, blocked at the other end.
Sensational. Now the turnaround by McDyess on the baseline right from about 14 feet. He sinks that one, and the Suns are back on top by a 9-8 score. Over the time stripe, Wesley gets the ball over on the left side for Corey Beck now. He'll bounce the ball inside, deflected away. Who's going to come up with it? Kidd has it, but it's knocked away by Wesley. The Suns will have it when we come back after the timeout. With 6 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the opening quarter, and the score, Suns 9, Charlotte 8. Back after these messages.
250 years into the future.
Any survivors?
The world is on the edge of destruction.
Do you understand Big Trouble?
And the only way to save it
Me? Protect you?
okay, is to find the fifth element. Bruce Willis. The Fifth Element.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
White lies.
Helmet's in the mail. I ran out of gas. You're losing a little weight.
We tell them every day.
Grown-ups need to lie.
But what if for 24 hours,
I wish that Dad couldn't tell a lie.
you could only tell the truth?
You know why I pulled you over?
I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding.
Jim Carrey.
Make it adjust.
Whatever it takes to focus off your head.
Liar, liar.
My teacher tells me real beauty's on the inside.
That's just something ugly people say.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
It starts with a whisper.
And we're going to cover the whole area
Some
today.
heed the call, but it speaks to all of us. It's about our towns, our cities, our lives. It's about what we can do for tomorrow. It's about pitching in, giving back, and getting it done. And soon that whisper will become a chorus, and its voice will be heard. We will make a difference. Volunteer to improve your community.
Al McCoy, Keith Erickson here in Charlotte. Keith, you talk about doing it at both ends. How about Dice?
Antonio McDice, 3 plays in a row. He made that incredible follow a moment ago. Then Mason down at the other end got by Mark Bryan. Antonio came over, blocked the shot, then went down the other end. They worked it inside, and he hit a jump shot.
Reminder, Danny Ainge's wardrobe provided by Dillard's and Hart, Schaffner and Marks. All right, Suns come back with the basketball after the timeout now. Rex Chapman over on the angle left side. Bounce it down to Robinson. Robinson against Glen Rice. Robinson left of the lane. Now starts to back down. Fakes the turnaround. Moves inside for a finger roll. Good if it goes. It's gone. Count it for Cliff Robinson, and he's fouled by Glen Rice. And maybe be more important than the hoop, Keith, that's the second foul on Glen Rice.
Absolutely. Keep going down inside to Cliff. Cliff, a couple of nice fakes, and then Glen Rice, a little body on him, picked up his second in a row.
So here's Cliff Robinson at the free throw stripe, and he puts it up and in, giving him the three-point play and giving the Suns a 12-8 lead here. Matt Geiger, who originally was drafted in the second round by Miami. He came in that big trade to Buck Glen Rice here and sent Alonzo Mourning to the Heat, you may recall. Out front now, here's the bounce pass over on the left side. And here's the drive of the baseline by Rice, and the shot is up. And he hits it. And he is fouled on the play. Glen Rice gets the field goal.
Cliff Robinson did absolutely nothing to cause a foul on that play. He had his hands up in the air the entire time. And I think that's what you call one of those Revlon calls.
All right. Well, for Rice, it's his first hoop. He's an 85% free throw shooter on the year. And I think Cliff Robinson got a little scratch, little cut on the right of his knee. He has, and they've stopped things momentarily. And he may have to come out of the ball game, and I think he is. It's that NBA blood rule, so he'll have to come out. Danny Manning will check in, and trainer Joe Prosky will have to attend to that cut on the side of the knee of the Suns' Cliff Robinson.
And Cliff had a couple of words for Tommy Nunez, the official, as he was heading for the bench. A little unhappy about that call, as he should be.
Glen Rice at the free throw line now. That hoop again was his first of the ball game, and the free throw's not going to go. Rebound comes down to Antonio McDice. Just over 6 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. 12-10 up on the scoreboard. The Suns with the lead. Jason Kidd out for Rex Chapman. Chapman throws a shot up. He's fouled on the play by Beck. He'll go to the line. The shot didn't go.
That's just a veteran play as Rex took that ball down the lane. He knew there was going to be contact on the play, and as he tried to get into the act of shooting, which he did, Beck picked up the foul. Rex will get a pair of free throws.
So Chapman stepping up to the free throw line, and Rex, as we mentioned earlier, after his sophomore year at Kentucky, was a first-round draft pick here of the Charlotte Hornets, and was here for 3 seasons, well, 3.5 actually, before being traded to Washington. His first free throw is up and good, and he'll have another try.
Rex having a terrific season for the Suns, leading them in scoring. Last night he did a great job. 26 points, 12 out of 19 from the floor.
And he'll sink both free throws. So 5 points for Chapman, and the Suns up 14-10. Working his way down the right side, Corey Beck. Beck spent last season in the CBA, and he's a starter here for the Hornets right now. J.R. Reed is checked in. They go to Reed on the right side. A long cross-court pass that nobody can get to, and it goes out of bounds. The Suns are on a 9-2 scoring run right now.
Dave Callens is calling for a 20-second timeout. That ball went right over his head and up about 6 rows in the stand.
Well, I'd have thought Dave Cowan might have jumped up and got that, being named one of the top 50 NBA players of all time.
In his prime, He just might have done that.
Mentioned J.R. Reed in the Charlotte lineup, the 6'10", 247-pounder out of the University of North Carolina. His 8th year in the league. Ironically, he originally came in with the Hornets, and now he's back with them. So the Suns with a 14-10 lead. 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in the opening quarter. And the Suns with Manning, Mark Bryant, Antonio McDyess, Rex Chapman, and Jason Kidd. And the Suns will have the basketball. Kidd will inbound in backcourt. Manning, of course, came off the bench to contribute 19 in last night's victory in Atlanta. Jason Kidd with the ball. As you know, he was named to the NBA Western Conference All-Star team today. Great honor and certainly deserved. Here's Manning out front with the ball now. Manning looks for cutters, finds Chapman, squares around from 16. Swish! He's got it.
Boys, he got that down pat. Right around the big screen by Mark Bryant. The defender was chasing him and was too late.
Here's a steal by Manning. Throws it to Kidd. Kidd will bounce it back to Manning. Manning's reverse layup won't go. Tip in by McDyess won't go. And now we're going to have a foul called. And that's a tough break because it's going to be on McDyess going over the top.
Boy, that's a shame. Danny Manning with a nice steal and Jason Kidd taking that ball to the basket, and they just couldn't capitalize.
So it goes back into the hands of the Charlotte Hornets now. And coming up out of backcourt will be Corey Beck. Beck over on the left side. Suns on an 11-2 scoring run here in the last couple of minutes. Beck out front to Wesley. Wesley swings it around to J.R. Reed. Bounce it low to Matt Geiger. Geiger can't shoot it. Out to Reed. Reed wants to put it up. Finally does, and he hits a 15-footer. J.R. Reed.
He just took a couple of steps over to the side. He didn't like where he was on the floor without putting the ball down on the floor.
Suns 16, the Charlotte Hornets 12. Here's Jason Kidd. Cross court for Manning. Manning open, but he takes a dribble. Now forces up about a 14-footer on the left side. It's good.
He's got that very unorthodox little push shot right over the defender.
Kind of a jump hook push shot, and he's extremely effective with it. The Suns, Danny Manning. And it's 18-12, Suns on top. David Wesley to the right side. Trapped defensively by 2 defenders. Gets it out to Mason, over to Corey Beck. Looking low for Reed. Reed against Manning. He's double teamed. Breaks through. Little jump hook off the glass. Won't connect. And McDyess with another rebound. Off it goes down to Jason Kidd. Kidd coming down the right side. McDyess have 5 boards here in the opening quarter. Into Mark Bryant low. Here's the sweeping hook, and it is around and off. Tough break. And now J.R. Reed is going to get the ball, but it went out of bounds, so it'll belong to the Hornets. And Anthony Mason now gets the ball to Reed. Back to Anthony Mason. Mason up out of backcourt. Suns are hitting 50% of their shots from the field here in the opening quarter. Hornets 29%. Mason left side. He's used the dribble, and we will get an illegal defense called right now against the Suns. It's the first. So they'll reset the shot clock, and now we're going to get B.J. Armstrong coming in for the Charlotte Hornets. The Suns will come in with Steve Nash and Hot Rod Williams.
Nash talking about last night against the Atlanta Hawks, and Steve Nash coming and did a terrific job also. 13 points. 5 out of 8 from the floor.
Anthony Mason gets the ball into Wesley. Wesley over on the perimeter left side. Now it's Steve Nash defending against him for the Suns. Wesley driving to his left, comes back the other way, bounce it out to Mason, back to Wesley. Wesley at 3-point range, holds the ball up high, looks out front to J.R. Reed. Reed with the ball right at the key. Bounce it into Geiger, knocked down by Hot Rod Williams, and gathered in by Nash. Suns have a 3-on-2 break. Give it to McDyess, swing it to Manning, take it to the hoop, and score.
Great job. 3-on-2, and pass over to McDyess, over the top, right back to Danny Manning.
And the Suns are their biggest lead. They're up 20-12 with the final 3.5 minutes of the opening quarter. That was a sensational fast break, 3-on-2 break executed superbly by the Suns. Wesley left side out to Mason. Mason fakes the shot, fakes the shot, fakes the shot. Here's the drive, up and under with the left hand, and he got it. He worked for it.
Well, he faked enough times. He didn't want to shoot that ball from the free throw line. He wanted to take it to the basket.
Suns 20, Charlotte 14. Steve Nash bounced the ball ahead to Manning. Manning right of the key, out front to Hot Rod Williams. Now to Nash between the circles. Nash starts to his left, fakes, gives the ball back to Hot Rod, top of the key, over to Manning. Manning bounces it into McDyess. Slapped away by Mason. Give it in by Wesley. And here come the Hornets. Wesley to the hoop, and it's rejected by Chapman. Out to Manning to McDyess. Great defensive effort by Chapman. Now he gets the ball back. Three-pointer short. And it comes down to B.J. Armstrong. Ahead to Wesley. Wesley drives, and Chapman this time going for the steal. Got the arm of Wesley, and that'll be a foul on the Suns' Rex Chapman.
How about that block a moment ago by Rex? Incredible.
It was great.
He can get up in the air.
2:39 remaining in the opening quarter. Suns 20, Charlotte 14. Timeout. We'll be back after these messages.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Breakdown is the #1 thriller in the country.
My wife did not leave me.
The New York Times calls it pure action. It packs a punch.
What do you want?
Fresh and exciting, says USA Today. Solid thrills, raised Gene Shalit of the Today Show.
When do I see my wife?
Just start walking. People magazine calls it a high-octane thriller.
Get down on the ground!
And Roger Ebert says this film delivers. Breakdown.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
This is where I work. These are my co-workers. Those are my customers. And that's me. Employee number 8. I make baskets.
You talk about a picture book 3 on 2 fast break. Suns just had one.
They sure did, with Steve Nash in the middle, McDyess on the right. He got the pass, took the defenders with him, and over the top he hooked it right to Danny Manning coming in for the layup.
Say you want to stop by Amco Transmissions with a chance to win tickets to attend a Super Sweet Night with the Suns. Stop by your Valley Amco location and enter to win tickets to an upcoming Suns game in a private luxury suite with food, beverages, gifts, all compliments of the folks at Amco Transmissions. Well, here's Wesley at the Charlotte free throw line. You'll recall he was fouled by the Suns' Rex Chapman just before the timeout. Wesley hits the first free throw. He's now 3 of 3 free throw shooting for the Hornets. And he'll have another try. Here's the look. Wesley's second free throw is also good. He has 4 points all from the free throw line. And the Suns lead at 20-16. Suns with Hot Rod Williams, Antonio McDyess, Danny Manning, Rex Chapman, and Steve Nash. Nash to Chapman over on the left side, driving on B.J. Armstrong. Gives to McDyess, cutting to the hoop. He gets the layup.
Oh, a fantastic pass. Rex went behind the backboard, had nowhere to go. Dice was right down the lane.
The third field goal of the opening quarter from McDyess. 22-16 Suns. Here's Mason out front, and now Chapman getting knocked down. And we're going to have an offensive foul here on J.R. Reed. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Suns Basketball Network. Suns come back after the offensive foul on the Hornets. Chapman over in the corner against the Hornets. B.J. Armstrong out to Nash. Nash at three-point range. Oh, he's going to be called for traveling. Little stutter step fake, and he's called for the travel.
That's a close call. If that were not called, I don't think anybody would have complained about it.
Both clubs with 5 turnovers here in the early going. And we have Michael McDonald checking in. This is the first time he's played in the NBA, a rookie out of the University of New Orleans. And he's a 6'10 performer. He's in for the Hornets right now. J.R. Reed gets the ball over on the angle right side. Out on top to Wesley. Over to B.J. Armstrong. His running right-hander is good. He came in the league from the University of Iowa with the Bulls. Had some outstanding years with Chicago.
Yes, he's certainly did. He was a starter for the Bulls. He was on the team. They won 3 championships.
Came here from Golden State and hasn't gotten a lot of playing time, averaging about 12 minutes a game. Here's Manning driving. Running right-hander won't go. Tip in. McDyess good.
Boy, Antonio is everywhere above that rim.
He is 4 of 5 from the field, and he's been really going to the offensive glass. Antonio McDyess. Suns lead 24-18. Almost down to the 1-minute mark remaining here in the opening quarter. Armstrong goes down low to Anthony Mason. Mason backs down. Back to Armstrong. Right side, Wesley. Wesley fires a 3. Won't get that one. Rebound pulled down by McDonald. Michael McDonald, 6'10", 225. Around over to Mason. Mason coming down left of the lane. Mason bounces it out to Wesley. Wesley's bounce at Armstrong. Works the baseline. He swings it back out to Wesley. Wesley with a fake as he moves in. He's going to be called for the travel, I do believe.
There was never a signal, was there?
No. But I'm assuming, or a 3-second lane violation. Well, that's what they called inside, was a 3-second lane violation against the Hornets. Coming with only 47 seconds remaining to be played in this opening quarter. And the Suns on top 24-18. Now let's see, the Suns ready to inbound the ball. It comes into Steve Nash. Nash working his way down the right side against Charlotte's David Wesley. Nash with a little spin move up for a 20-footer that's short. Rebound comes down to the Hornets' J.R. Reed. Reed up to B.J. Armstrong. Armstrong down the left side at 3-point range. Armstrong bounces to Mason on a little give and go play. Mason is able to make the grab. He's double teamed defensively in the corner. Out front to Reed. Reed's bounce pass is picked off by George McLeod, who just came in for the Suns. Cross court for Chapman. Out to Nash. Here's the 3. Won't get it. He was 3 for 3 from long distance range last night. That first 3-point field goal attempt by Nash didn't go. 5 seconds. Armstrong with it for the Hornets. Time running out in the opening quarter, and it goes out of bounds with 0.6 of a second remaining in this first period, and the Hornets with the ball.
Boy, Suns have done a good job pressure defense picking up these Hornets. They've had a very tough time getting a shot the last couple of times down.
24-18. Phoenix leading it, and Mason to inbound. They've got to hurry to get a shot off. 0.6 of a second. Mason bounces it out to Reed. He's not going to get the shot off. That's the end of the opening quarter here in Charlotte with a score. The Suns 24, the Hornets 18. Second quarter coming right up.
I'm a victim of child abuse. My life has been ruined because someone abused me very badly. Every day I fight to survive the flashbacks and nightmares. The effects are devastating, and for me, it's lasted my whole life. I suffer because I can't trust anyone. I want to fight back. I want people to know it's wrong to abuse children.
250 years into the future.
Any survivors?
The world is on the edge of destruction.
Do you understand big trouble?
And the only way to save it
Me? Protect you?
Okay.
is to find the fifth element. Bruce Willis. The Fifth Element.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
White lies.
Helmet's in the mail. I ran out of gas.
You losing a little weight?
We tell them every day.
Grown-ups need to lie.
But what if for 24 hours,
I wish that Dad couldn't tell a lie.
you could only tell the truth?
You know why I pulled you over?
I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding!
Jim Carrey.
Making a jest?
Whatever it takes to focus off your head.
Liar, liar.
My teacher tells me real beauty's on the inside.
That's just something ugly people say.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
Al McCoy with Keith Erickson in Charlotte, and a pretty good first quarter for the Suns. They shot the ball well.
Both teams shot 21 times. The Suns made 10. and Charlotte only made 7. Free throws, both 4 out of 5. Rebounding just about even, 12-11. Advantage Phoenix. 7 turnovers for the Hornets, 5 for the Suns, and neither team made a 3. The Suns tried to.
Yep. Antonio McDyess, 8 points, 6 rebounds in the opening quarter for the Suns. Suns had 14 points in that paint area inside, and most of those by McDyess. Suns with a 24-18 lead as Charlotte has the basketball as we start the second quarter here at the Beehive, the Charlotte Coliseum. They go to Anthony Mason. Over on the side to Wesley, out to B.J. Armstrong. Around now to J.R. Reed. His 16-footer is short, and the rebound underneath to Manning. Suns with Hot Rod Williams, McDyess, Manning, McLeod, and Steve Nash. That's the 5 on the floor for Suns coach Danny Ainge. Manning over on the left side against Charlotte's J.R. Reed. Stops, puts up a 16-footer off the back of the rim, not good. Rebound is knocked out to the side by Nash, but unfortunately it will go out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Hornets.
Good try by Nash. He couldn't control that ball, so he tried to tap it back out to a teammate.
Anthony Mason, he plays a lot of minutes for this ball club. He's getting a little breather now, and they have, well, no, he's still in there. I thought he was going to come out, but he stays in there. Originally, well, he played briefly with New Jersey, briefly with Denver, most of his years with the New York Knicks before coming here to Charlotte, as you'll recall. Out front, B.J. Armstrong looking for Mason. Gets the ball to Mason low, left of the lane. Mason brings it out front now. Mason against McDyess. Mason wants to drive the baseline. Reverse layup as he drove underneath, wouldn't go. McLeod rebounds for the Suns. Outlet on the side for Nash. Nash cross court for McDyess. He's got a gimme. Huevo for Dice.
Well, that's what you call a trailer coming down the lane. Manning went through, and McDyess was right behind him. Both defenders went with Manning, and Antonio wide open.
And the Suns up by 8, equaling the biggest lead they've had. 26-18, just into the second quarter. Anthony Mason up out of backcourt. He was acquired in a deal that sent Larry Johnson to the Knicks, you may recall. Over on the side to Wesley. Wesley backing down on Nash now. Double team with Manning helping out. They get over to B.J. Armstrong. Armstrong put up a 20-footer, won't get it. Nash with a rebound for the Suns. Here comes Nash breaking down the right side. Stops. 20-footer. Good. Nash.
Nash came up a little short on his first 2 shots. He just pulled it up a little bit. That time he let it go perfectly. Great release.
Talking about McDyess with his 10 points. He has hit 5 straight field goals. We're going to get an early timeout in the second quarter by Charlotte with 10:22 till halftime. And the score, Suns up by 10, 28-18. We'll be back after these messages.
I'm about to unleash the biblical plague.
For Special Agent Sean Archer,
He wants people dead.
there's only one way to catch a killer.
State-of-the-art morphogenetic template. You want to take his face and mine?
You've got to become him. From the director of Broken Arrow, John Travolta, Nicolas Cage.
What do you say we trade back?
Face Off.
Plan B. Let's just kill each other.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
White Lies.
Tell them it's in the mail. I ran out of gas.
You losing a little weight?
We tell them every day.
Grown-ups need to lie.
But what if for 24 hours,
I wish that Dad couldn't tell a lie.
you could only tell the truth?
You know why I pulled you over?
I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding.
Jim Carrey.
Like the new dress?
Whatever takes the focus off your head.
Liar, liar.
My teacher tells me real beauty's on the inside.
That's just something ugly people say.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Why is almost everybody crying? What the heck is going on? The Miller Lite cheerleader search is over. That's what's going on. It's Laura from Ohio. It's Irene from Abilene. It's Trixie from Rhode Island. And Elaine from New Orleans.
A moment ago, Steve Nash got up on the scoreboard with a nice jumper.
He was bringing that ball down the floor, and all the defenders went back in the paint. Nash pulled up a little bit outside and dropped it.
Hey, here's some good news. Tickets for the inaugural season of the Arizona Diamondbacks now on sale. You can get yours in Phoenix. Call Dillard's at 503-3111. Or, of course, the Bank One Ballpark ticket office in Phoenix at 514-8400. Baseball right around the corner with the Diamondbacks, and you'll want to be there. Well, Charlotte with the ball. USA Today this week, Keith, named the Phoenix Suns as the toughest team to play against in the NBA. And they're trying to hold that out here on the road and in Charlotte tonight. Anthony Mason out front. Mason looks to the right side. Gets the ball to Glen Rice, who's back in there. And as he makes his move, we get a reaching in little hand check foul on the Suns, George McLeod.
George is claiming it wasn't his fault that Matt Geiger pushed him, and he had to push Rice.
All right, it'll be inbounded by Anthony Mason. Out to Geiger, who's checked back in also now. They go to Rice. Here's the turnaround. Good. Oh, nice shot. Turnaround left side, 14 feet away by Rice.
Right over the top of George McLeod, guarding him down in that lane. Got to bump him out of there. He was too close to the hoop.
That's just the second field goal for Rice, who averages 22 points a game. The Suns, Steve Nash. Off it goes down to Manning. A 28-20 Phoenix lead here in the second quarter. Manning looking low, finally bounces it down to McDyess. Turns, faces the basket, drives the baseline. Oh, reverse jam, good. What could Matt Geiger do about that?
Can you believe that shot by Antonio McDyess?
Well, he is really reaching into his bag of tricks tonight. Dice is on a roll. No question about it. He has a dozen points. Backing down, Mason banging away against Hot Rod Williams. Out to Wesley. Shoot a three. That's good. He got it.
That was a good job with Mason coming down. Mason and Hot Rod talking to each other. Mason gave Hot Rod a shot.
And David Wesley hits the trio. The super shot of the NBA to cut the Suns lead to 7, 30-23. Steve Nash over on the left side as Mason jumps out to play him defensively in a switch. Nash will try and take advantage of it and buries a 20-footer.
Anthony Mason was all over Steve Nash, and somehow he got that shot over the top and nothing but net.
32-23, the Suns leading. Second quarter here at the Beehive in Charlotte, North Carolina. B.J. Armstrong, David Wesley, the guards. Here's the bounce pass going inside for Mason. Mason posting up against Manning low on the left side. And now we're going to get another, I believe, illegal defense call against the Suns. That's correct. And that's the second key, so that'll be a technical foul.
Well, that time Antonio McDyess guarding Geiger on the other side of the floor. Antonio was down in the lane. And that's one of the areas you just can't set up stakes.
So Glen Rice at the free throw line, shooting the technical, and he gets it. Well, the Suns head for Florida now, where Friday night they'll take on Miami, and Saturday night in Orlando. Here's B.J. Armstrong. Armstrong over on the right side now for Rice. The fake, he moves inside, and Manning came over to help out defensively against McLeod. And we're going to have a foul called on Danny Manning.
Danny coming over, and Rice had committed himself. He was up in the air. Well, not a good foul that time by Danny. He'd like to have that one back. He reached across and came down. A lot of contact as the shot was going up.
I want to mention on both Friday and Saturday night, our coverage on both radio and television will start at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Friday from Miami and Saturday from Orlando. Here is Glen Rice at the free throw line. His first one is up and good. He's an outstanding shooter from any place on the court. Free throw shooting, three-point shooting, you name it.
Absolutely. One of the best in the game.
Manning coming out, and Cliff Robinson returning to the Phoenix lineup here with just over 8.5 minutes remaining till halftime. Here's Rice again, taking his time from that free throw line and connecting on both. So he has 7 points for the Hornets, and it's 32-26. Phoenix leading. Steve Nash up out of backcourt. Wesley now out to meet him defensively. Wesley guarding Steve Nash. Nash out front to McLeod. Around the horn on the right side for Hot Rod Williams. Into McDyess. He's hit his last 6 shots. Out it comes to McLeod. His pass deflected, but saved by Nash. 6 seconds on the shot clock to McLeod. He drives to the hoop and puts it up with the left hand. It rolls off, no good. Rebound followed and up and in by Cliff Robinson.
Yes, indeed. Nice job. Aggressive job around the boards.
So the Suns lead 34-26. They've done an excellent job on the offensive boards the Suns have here in this first half. Anthony Mason over on the left side. Played in Turkey before he came into the NBA. Here's P.J. Armstrong for 3. Got it.
Well, that makes it awfully tough when you double down low and they've got guys that can hit that shot from the outside like Wesley and B.J. have done the last 2 times for them.
Yeah, 34-29. Now the Suns lead by 5. Here's Steve Nash working down the left side. Nash heading for the corner area. Then inside we have a whistle, and we're going to have a foul assessed here. It's going to be against B.J. Armstrong. Armstrong will pick up his first personal for the Hornets, and the Suns will have a new 24 seconds on the shot clock. And it comes now to George McLeod to Nash. A nice lob for Robinson. He puts it up off the glass, won't get a tip up, won't go once. Hot Rod Williams follows, can't get it, and guess who will? Dice on a jam.
Antonio McDyess, he's following everything.
Wow, what a first half he's having. He's 7 of 8 shooting from the field. And great offensive rebounding by Antonio McDyess. Now it's Glen Rice driving to the baseline, covered by Cliff Robinson. Bounce it out to Anthony Mason. Mason will put up a 15-footer and score it.
Well, they've been shooting that ball a lot better than they did early on. They've got they've had some good shots, some good looks, and they've knocked them down.
Suns are hitting 52% from the field. Charlotte just over 39%. Here's George McLeod on the left side, 36-31, 5-point Phoenix lead. Cross court, it goes to Nash in the corner. Suns are 6 of 10 this period. Charlotte's 4 of 7. Nash for 3. Shazam!
Fantastic shot. Steve Nash with the defender Wesley right on him, just took a step back and popped it over him.
39-31, the Suns with the lead. Here's Anthony Mason over on the left side, edging in, now backs away momentarily, now wants to drive in on Hot Rod Williams, gets in that lane, up with the left hand, he'll get the 10-footer.
He does the goose step back to the other end of the floor. Soft touch for a great, big, strong guy.
39-33. The Suns leading. Almost halfway through the second quarter. McLeod in low. Here's his turnaround. It won't go. The rebound. Pulled down by McDyess. He can't follow. Gets it out to Steve Nash. Nash over on the left side. Nash moves to his left. Drives the baseline. Keeps coming. Feeds it out to Hot Rod. 15-footer. Around and off. No good. Geiger rebounds the miss for Charlotte. Up to Anthony Mason. Mason will bring it out of backcourt down the left side. Mason, pretty good ball handler for a big man. Out to Glen Rice. Rice has a jumper from 18. Won't get that one. Rebound bangs around underneath. Pulled down by McDyess. Get it out to McLeod. McLeod down the left side. McLeod edging over to the left. Mason out to play him defensively for Charlotte. McLeod stops the dribble. Drops the pass off on the left side now for McDyess. And we're going to get an illegal defense called against the Charlotte Hornets.
Well, the Suns had a big advantage that time. B.J. Armstrong was guarding Antonio McDyess, and they were just waiting to take him down in the lane.
Jason Kidd is going to return to the Phoenix lineup now, and he'll replace George McLeod. Suns with a full 24 seconds on the shot clock. Nash inbounding to Jason Kidd. Again, Kidd was named to the Western Conference NBA All-Star team in a vote by the coaches today. Into Cliff Robinson. Turnaround shot off the back of the rim. Won't go. Rebound Glen Rice. 39-33. The Suns on top in this ball game. Now they get it into the hands of Anthony Mason. He handles the ball a great deal. Off to Wesley on the left side. Wesley, the little guard, comes out top, goes to Geiger left of the lane. He's open from 14. The shot won't fall. Cliff Robinson with the Phoenix rebound. Hands it off to Steve Nash. Nash breaks down the right side. Nash backs away beyond that three-point arc. Now feeds it out to Hot Rod Williams. Williams waiting. Back to Nash. Inside they go to McDyess. McDyess to the hoop with the left hand. Can't get it on the swoop to the hoop move. Rebound Mason. Mason hurries out of backcourt this time. Bounce it on the right side for B.J. Armstrong, whose three-pointer won't go. Rebound to Robinson for the Suns. He flips it up to Steve Nash. Nash stops. His trio. Shazam! Another three by Steve Nash.
Unbelievable. He got the defenders all retreating to the basket, and he just pulled up at the three-point line and dropped it.
So it's 41-33. The Suns with the lead here. And let's double check and make sure that was a three-pointer. All right, here's B.J. Armstrong. Armstrong goes inside to Geiger. Out it comes down to Wesley. His jumper is up, won't go. And it comes down to Hot Rod Williams. Over it goes now. Here's the lob from Kidd to Dice for a jam. 16 points for Antonio McDyess.
And Jason Kidd sees everybody out on the floor. Antonio wide open above the rim.
Timeout Hornets. They can't believe it. 3:55 till halftime. The Suns back up by 10, 43-33. And we'll be back after the full timeout.
Gotham City's got a new attraction, and her name is
Poison Ivy.
Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket and find out for yourself
Just what I had in mind.
if Batman and Robin can stop fighting over her.
She loves me and not you, and it's driving you crazy.
Long enough to save the world.
Everything dead on Earth except us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman. Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Come along, join the biggest stars as they soar into the night.
We hit the stage to watch the NBA play. All across Broadway. I love this game.
I love this game.
I love this game.
Why is almost everybody crying? What the heck is going on? The Miller Lite cheerleader search is over. That's what's going on. It's Laura from Ohio. It's Irene from Abilene. It's Trixie from
Jason Kidd and Antonio McDyess. Is that a dynamic duo?
Boy, Jason Kidd said he's in point guard heaven with these guys he gets to throw the ball to. Perfect lob to Antonio, beat all the big guys down the floor, right by the rim, and McDyess threw it down.
Let's correct, they did not give Nash a 3-point field goal, just a 2 on that last play. And don't forget, Rock the Rim. Call 379-ROCK, get all the details on the big Rock the Rim 3-on-3 tourney coming up in March. All right, back to the action here at the Charlotte Coliseum. Glen Rice over on the left side, out to Mason. A 10-point lead for the Suns, 43-33. Back to Wesley. Rice wants the ball. He posts up low on the left side. His double team turns in the baseline. Shot bounces off, no good. Reed tipping it, won't go. It comes down to Mark Bryant, who's back in for the Suns. McDyess, Mark Bryant, Cliff Robinson with Steve Nash and Jason Kidd. Kidd takes the ball over on the left side for the Suns. 3:25 till halftime to McDyess from 14. Oh. He buries it. Wow. 18 points for McDyess, 9 of 11 shooting. And that was just that turnaround jumper that he loves.
What is he not going to do tonight?
45-33. The Suns up by 12, their biggest lead. Anthony Mason low on the left side. And we're going to get a foul called on Mark Bryant. That's a tough call. Bryant picks up his second. And Rex Chapman will come in, replacing Steve Nash in the Phoenix lineup. Nash with 9 points all in this quarter for the Suns.
4 out of 6 from the floor. What can Mark Bryant do on that play when you got a big guy backing right into you? Got to hold your ground. Or you just step aside and let him just roll to the hoop?
According to the officials, what he did was he committed a foul. All right, ball goes into Wesley. Kidd tries to knock it away. Wesley now starting to back down low on the left side. Into the lane, almost walks with it, and now the ball is knocked away. But we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Foul's going to be on Jason Kidd, and that'll be his second of the ball game.
Jason felt that he had all ball on that play. He's still just talking to the official just a little bit, questioning on the call. Wesley moved down in the lane. Big husky, not big tall, but husky.
Well, Wesley has had a field night from the free throw line. He hits the first one here. He is 5 of 5 free throw shooting.
Jason picks up his second personal foul, so he goes back to the bench, and Steve Nash replaces him.
With just 2:58 remaining here in the second quarter. Here's Wesley again from the free throw line, and that one is not going to go. That's his first miss. McDyess with the rebound. McDyess has 18 points and 10 rebounds here in the first half for the Suns. Over to Steve Nash. Nash has the ball on the left side against Charlotte's Wesley. Swings it over to Rex Chapman. He wants to shoot a 3. In and out. Wouldn't go. Rebound grabbed underneath by Anthony Mason. Mason gets the ball over to David Wesley. Wesley starts the drive in the lane. Now throws the ball to the left side, and nobody can get it. Changed his mind. Everybody thought he was going to shoot it, his teammates at least, and the ball goes out of bounds.
You've got to credit Steve Nash with the excellent defensive effort that time as he cut Wesley off. Wesley then had to go up in the air and change his mind. The last second, threw it out of bounds.
2.5 minutes till halftime here at the Charlotte Coliseum. A 45-34 lead for the Phoenix Suns. First meeting of the year between these two. Suns go to Cliff Robinson, left of the lane. Robinson facing the basket's double team. Nash is open, gives it off to Bryant. He's fouled hard by J.R. Reed. Well, they had to foul Bryant or he'd had a jam.
Absolutely. How about the passing? Cliff Robinson to Nash down the lane. Nash, as the defender came, just dropped it right over to Mark Bryant, right under the basket.
I want to mention again to our radio audience in Phoenix that tonight's game is on both News Radio 620 KTAR and the KMVP 860 AM due to the fact that if there are any late news breaking bulletins from the White House situation and when the State of the Union message starts, that will be heard on News Radio 620 KTAR in Phoenix with the game in its entirety on KMVP. So Mark Bryant at the free throw line, and Bryant getting the first one, and he'll have another try here. It's his first scoring in the ball game. Here's the second free throw. That one won't go. Rebound tapped to the side. Nash taps it out to Bryant. Back to Nash. Over to Chapman. He'll try a 3. Won't get this one. Rebound McDyess follows, but it won't go. Wow. He was a mile high.
Unbelievable.
But couldn't get it to go down. Now, here's J.R. Reed working down the right side. Out to B.J. Armstrong for Charlotte. Back to Reed. Low right of the lane. Turns. Ball's knocked away. Gets it back. Armstrong. 20-footer. Good. B.J. Armstrong.
Oh, they hung in there.
Here's Steve Nash. Here's the lob inside for McDyess. To the hoop for 2. 20 points for McDyess. And the assist by Nash.
Dave Cowens has got to be going, who's guarding that guy?
48-36. The Suns lead at minute 38 till halftime. Working the baseline, Anthony Mason banging in on Bryant. Out it comes to Corey Beck, who's back in there. His pass is stolen by Nash. Nash right down the middle on the dribble. Takes it to the left side. Now swings around, and he's going to be called for palming the ball. How often do you see an official make that call in a game?
Well, once every third of the season.
Well,
it happens every ball game. Every guard that handles the ball does exactly that.
Corey Beck, B.J. Armstrong, the backcourt tandem for Charlotte. Hornets with 9 turnovers in this first half. The Suns with 6. But the story for the Suns has been Antonio McDyess with 20 points and 11 rebounds. Now Rice misses a jumper from the perimeter. Mark Bryant with a rebound. A minute 8 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Nash to the right side. Out of 3-point range. Rice guarding him right now. Nash stops. Goes to Manning, who was breaking through. Can't get it, but Chapman will. Out to McDyess. Miss an 18-footer. And Anthony Mason with a rebound. Gets the ball to B.J. Armstrong. Bangs into Nash. Nash goes down. No harm, no foul. Armstrong over on the right side. He has used the dribble now. Holds on. Gets it to J.R. Reed. Reed's going to break through. Goes to the hoop. He's got 2. J.R. Reed.
Suns got a little bit confused that time on who was supposed to pick up Reed.
A 10-point lead, 48-38. The Suns on top. And the Suns want to take a 20-second timeout here with only 35 seconds remaining to be played in this first half. And again, the Suns back in action Friday and Saturday nights. Friday in Miami, Saturday night in Orlando. And our coverage on both our radio and television network stations will start at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time.
Well, Antonio McDyess is having quite a ball game. His career high points-wise is 35, but his high as a Sun, McDyess is 24 points, and his high rebounding is 18. And tonight, he is cooking.
He has 20 points, 11 rebounds. And the Suns have scored a dozen off fast breaks. Charlotte has only 2 fast break points in the game. All right, ready to play the final 35 seconds of this first half. Suns with the ball, and they have 18 seconds on the shot clock. Steve Nash to inbound over in the vicinity of the Phoenix Suns bench area here at the Charlotte Coliseum. Waiting to get the ball from referee Bill Oakes. And Nash has it. Nash looking, gets the ball into Manning. Back to Nash on the right side, out front to Chapman. The lob from McDyess. He stuffs it. It's that easy. Chapman this time through the alley-oop. Dice with the catch and the jam.
Danny Ainge designed that play during the timeout, and they ran it to perfection.
Suns 50, Charlotte 38. 22 points, 11 rebounds for Antonio McDyess for the Suns in his first half. B.J. Armstrong backs away, running the shot clock down out to Corey Beck. They have 8 seconds to shoot it. Beck out front, left side Rice underneath. They went to B.J. Armstrong, but it was knocked away, blocked, and then on the contact underneath, we're going to have a foul called on McDyess.
Antonio McDyess blocked that shot. He has done absolutely everything tonight, Al. I think he's making a statement for the ball game that he had last night in Atlanta, where he got in foul trouble, wasn't able to play in front of his mother and family and friends, 26 of them, and he only played 16 minutes in that ball game.
Too bad they're not here tonight because he's putting on a clinic. B.J. Armstrong at the free throw line will get the first of 2. And there's 9.8 seconds remaining here in this first half. And Travis Williams, a rookie out of South Carolina, 6'7", 224, makes his first appearance. The next free throw by Armstrong is good. He has scored 9 for the Hornets. Steve Nash up out of backcourt, 6 seconds left in the half. Nash on the right side is bumped and fouled. And the foul will be on Corey Beck.
And that's only the 3rd team foul on the Hornets.
But it's the 3rd personal on starting guard Corey Beck of Charlotte. So there's only 3.8 seconds now remaining in the half. Steve Nash again will toss the ball in out of bounds. Gets it out to George McLeod, who's there. Over to Chapman. Drills it inside, but it's stolen. Picked off by Armstrong as the buzzer sounds, ending the first half. A brilliant first half for the Phoenix Suns.
Boy, they just played absolutely perfect basketball. McDyess could not have been better. 22 points and 11 rebounds.
It's a 10-point lead here at halftime. Well, for our radio audience, stay tuned for a complete news and sports update. For our television viewers, coming up, all the stuff you need to know from 3 TV, the place with more stuff. And now for Keith Erickson, I'm Al McCoy. Our halftime score here in Charlotte, Phoenix Suns 50, Charlotte Hornets 40. This is the Suns Basketball Network.
This is NBA action.
All right, here we go. Look out! Oh, my goodness! Post up! Oh, my, baby. Oh, baby! Whoa! Mookie! Oh, you gotta him out.
We tip off our show by taking you into the action in the Atlantic Division with the surging Philadelphia 76ers. Larry Brown's Sixers are on a roll. And after defeating the Vancouver Grizzlies, Philly faced Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. And MJ got things started by reaching yet another scoring milestone.
This is MJ. And there it is, 28,000 points.
But the surprising Sixers led by 12 points at the end of 3 quarters.
Coleman by Longley to the goal. Yes, and a foul.
The Bulls made a run, but they also lost Steve Kerr for 8 weeks after he broke his collarbone.
Kerr is hurt.
Then it was time for Allen Iverson to seal the win.
Iverson against Judd Bushler. There it is, shakes free to the top. Yes!
After that big win, Philadelphia beat the Warriors. They then played host to Mitch Richmond and the Sacramento Kings. And the Sixers picked up right where they left off.
Davis behind the back, Iverson for 2 more.
Philadelphia extended their winning streak to 4 games.
Coach Brown has done a great job of sticking with his scheme and trying to get it over to everybody on the team that if we play team ball and pass the ball to each other, we can beat anybody in this league.
Another team that's causing excitement in the Atlantic Division are the Washington Wizards. They hosted the Grizzlies, who exploded for a franchise record 40 points in the first quarter.
Oh, was that pretty?
Washington trailed by 13 points in the fourth quarter, but they'd make a run, led by Juwan Howard.
2-ball game!
And after taking a 2-point lead, Washington needed just one last defensive stop.
Blocked by Weber! Strickland the ball, the Wizards win! What a comeback!
Yeah, Washington's playing some solid ball of late. They've won 2 straight games and are in 4th place in the Atlantic Division. The Miami Heat lead the pack by 2 games over the New York Knicks. The New Jersey Nets are in 3rd place, while the Orlando Magic are in 5th. The Boston Celtics and 76ers round out the division. Now let's get you back into the action in the Central Division with his airness, Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. After their disappointing loss to the Sixers, the Bulls traveled to Milwaukee to face Glenn Robinson's Bucks. There, they rebounded in vintage Chicago Bulls style, winning the game and getting back on the right track.
Michael with
The Bulls then headed home to greet Charles Barkley and the Houston Rockets. It would be a classic matchup of 2 legendary performers.
Barkley fires a 3 over Rodman.
While Sir Charles hit for 35 points, Michael scorched Houston for 45 as Chicago won by 6 points.
Jordan fires a 3, and that's the way to stop him.
The New York Knicks hosted the Atlanta Hawks, who are also soaring in the Central Division. The Knicks got off to a quick start as they built an 11-point first-half lead.
Childs back to Buck Williams. Beautiful fast break.
The visiting Hawks were in desperate need of scoring when Steve Smith caught fire in the 3rd quarter.
Smith, boy, Steve Smith is putting on a show here for the Garden faithful.
While Smith was hot in the 3rd quarter, John Starks sizzled in the 4th.
It's a 3. He puts it in. John Starks on fire.
But Smith seemed to always have an answer.
Smith again on a pull-up. Steve Smith hits another big shot.
Down by 5, Starks was fouled on a 3-point shot. He hit the first 2 free throws, then...
This is the 3rd ball, tipped out to Houston. Allen Houston a 3. Bang! Allen Houston drills the 3, and we're tied at 89.
But Smith had time for one more shot.
Leads in. That's good. And he gets Atlanta the road win.
Those Atlanta Hawks are in 3rd place in the Central Division, just a game and a half out of 1st place. The Indiana Pacers and Chicago Bulls are battling it out for the top spot, while the Charlotte Hornets are in 4th place. The Cleveland Cavaliers are in 5th, followed by the Detroit Pistons, Milwaukee Bucks, and Toronto Raptors. In NBA.com, we find out who participate in some of the All-Star Weekend events. Glen Rice leads a group of sharpshooters who'll be competing in the AT&T Shootout. Other participants include Dale Ellis, who'll be making his 7th appearance in the shootout. Dale, the league's all-time leader in 3-point shooting, will be joined by Hubert Davis, Jeff Hornacek, Sam Mack, Reggie Miller, Tracy Murray, and Charlie Ward. Keith Van Horn of the New Jersey Nets headlines the East Squad for the Schick Rookie Game. The versatile big man is joined by 4 Cleveland Cavaliers: Derek Anderson, Cedric Henderson, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, and Brevin Knight. There's 2 Celtics on the team: Chauncey Billups and Ron Mercer. Philly's Tim Thomas rounds out the team. The West squad is highlighted by San Antonio Spurs superstar Tim Duncan. He's joined by 2 Denver Nuggets, Danny Fortson and Bobby Jackson. Also scheduled to play are Vancouver's Antonio Daniels, the Rockets' Roderick Rhodes, Sacramento's Michael Stewart, Maurice Taylor of the Clippers, and the Blazers' Alvin Williams. Next up, we go to Boston for a very special Celtic ceremony. Robert Parrish, who spent 14 seasons in Boston, became the 21st Celtic to have his number retired and raised to the rafters.
It's an honor and a privilege, and I'm definitely flattered by the acknowledgement of having my number retired and raised in the rafters with the other great Celtics. You have supported me when I was playing well, wasn't playing well, when I was with another team. Your support has been unconditional. Thank you very much.
Finally, we find out who was the NBA's Player of the Week. It's Sixer point guard Allen Iverson, who led the team to a perfect 3-0 record.
No one thus far able to stop Allen Iverson.
The explosive second-year star averaged 25 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds, while hitting 52% from the field.
Iverson got 2 more. Allen Iverson, a terrific night.
Now it's time for this week's viewer email. This week's question comes to us from Mark Twin Chang from Manila in the Philippines, who asks, who was the last rookie to start an All-Star game? The answer is the Detroit Pistons' 3-time All-Star Grant Hill, who not only started the 1995 game in Phoenix, but was also the league's top vote getter. Grant became just the 15th rookie in history to start an All-Star game. He'd go on to cap his first NBA season by being voted Co-Rookie of the Year. Coming up next, we'll go back into the action with the young and exciting Timberwolves, who are howling out west. And later, we'll check out some wild and wacky plays in the highlight zone.
They fight for it inside the jump ball between Hardaway and Manning.
Now it's time for our ball-handling performance of the week. Here's Los Angeles Clipper forward Lamont Murray with a gorgeous spin move.
Nice. That is some play by Lamont Murray. Seemingly totally out of control, but he never lost sight of his goal.
Now let's go back into the action in the Western Conference, where the Minnesota Timberwolves are off to their best start in franchise history. In Houston, Stephon Marbury and the Wolves trailed the Rockets early on. That is, until their 3 stars took over.
4-on-3 fast break. Leaves it to the trailer, Garnett. Oh, what a move by Kevin Garnett. 94-93, Rockets a steal by Marbury, and he gives Minnesota the lead.
Then it was Tom Gugliotta's turn to complete the comeback in overtime.
1.7
Switch everything!
left.
Switch everything!
Inside,
Oh,
Gugliotta got it!
Gugliotta!
Gugliotta with the game winner!
Gugliotta!
Overtime!
The play was designed, for me to come off, but we knew that I wasn't going to get the ball because they was going to be waiting for me, and we stayed focused down in the stretch, and we got the win.
The next night, those comeback kids erased a 24-point deficit in Dallas for their 5th straight win.
Garnett the dunk on the lob from Porter.
Garnett, double, triple, oh! And they got the lead! They've got the lead!
After the 2 thrillers, the Wolves came home for a blowout win over the Clippers.
Fake the oh! What a play!
Stephon Marbury with the look away.
All of us are playing together. I think that's important when you're trying to accomplish something.
Gugliotta, nice pass to Garnett, behind the back.
I mean, when you're trying to get something done, everybody's got to be together. Everyone's been on the same page. Everybody's been together.
The Minnesota Timberwolves' winning streak is now at 6 games, their longest in franchise history. They've moved into sole possession of 3rd place in the Midwest Division, trailing the Utah Jazz and San Antonio Spurs, who are in a virtual tie for 1st place. The Houston Rockets are in 4th, followed by the Vancouver Grizzlies, Dallas Mavericks, and Denver Nuggets. Now it's time for Hot Shots, where we check out one of the best performances of the week. Bryant Reeves and the Grizzlies were eager to end an 11-game losing streak when they traveled to Boston.
I love to come to Boston, and play. It's been very good to me, so let's hope it continues.
And it did continue for Big Country as he lit up the Celtics all night long.
Reeves with a nice move. Yeah, he's big and he creates room, and he's got a lot of confidence operating down on the block.
There was no containing Bryant as he scored 25 first-half points.
Taken away by Reeves.
He'll get 2.
Yeah, Big Bryant Reeves was a powerhouse in the paint, hitting 14 of his 21 field goals.
Big Country's having a big night. And Reeves sets a new Grizzly team record for points in a game as he has 41.
He's just a hell of a basketball player because he shoots the ball so well from 16 to 17 feet, and he played a heck of a basketball game.
Tonight I thought that our intensity level was there all the way through the game. We just have to keep working and fighting through this. Keep trying to get better.
Even though Vancouver lost the game, Big Country's 41 points tied the record for most points scored in the Fleet Center's 2.5-year history.
Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Enter NBA.com Arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts, real-time box scores, and on-screen play-by-play. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Welcome back to NBA action.
10, 9,
All right, now it's time for the top 10 plays of the week in our courtside countdown. At number 10, it's the Seattle Sonics' Dale Ellis.
Ellis! Oh, my God. That's a great shot because that's luck.
At 9, here's Atlanta's Eldridge Rick Kastner.
Rick Kastner, wild shot. He puts it in. Holy mackerel. That's the play of the game.
At number 8, it's the Washington Wizards' Rod Strickland.
Inside, they turn it over. How did he see Weber out in front and get it behind him?
At 7, here's Chicago's Michael Air Jordan.
Michael Jordan against Ray Allen. Going baseline. Oh, on the reverse. Oh, tongue out. Down the baseline. Spin move. Reverse off the glass.
At 6, it's Stephon Marbury to Kevin Garnett.
Picked up by Gugliana, shuffles it off to Stephon. He'll fly behind the ball. Oh, the big ticket with a windmill jam that rocks the rim.
At 5, it's Steve Nash to Antonio McDyess.
Up to Nash. Nash to McDyess. Oh, I don't know how he did it. There was 2 people in his face, and he's still able to make it go.
At 4, it's the Pacers' Mark Jackson to Reggie Miller.
What a play by Jackson.
Hide and seek. Boy, he did a nice job of showing, hiding, and delivering.
Coming in at 3, it's Celtics rookie Ron Mercer.
Do you believe that? Oh, what a play. Man, oh, man.
At number 2, it's San Antonio Spurs superstar Tim Duncan.
Oh, man, what a finish by Tim Duncan. A fabulous alley-oop one-handed dunk.
And the number 1 play of the week is the Clippers' James Robinson.
Showtime for Robinson. And the foul. Always exciting to see the little man elevate. The only question there is first class or coach. Oh, brother. Well, there's a meal on this flight up there.
That's it for this week's show. Remember, you can send your questions and comments to us at the league's official website, NBA.com. I'm Jim Fagan for NBA Action. See you next week. Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA. Al McCoy with Keith Erickson here in Charlotte. And as we await the start of the second half, Keith, Antonio McDyess scored almost half of the Suns' points in that first half.
He was unbelievable. He had 22 points, 11 out of 15 from the floor, 11 rebounds and 4 block shots. And Al, an oddity here, McDyess is the only player on both teams that's in double figures at the end of the first half. Nash had 9 points, Rex Chapman had 7 and 4 assists. And for the Hornets, B.J. Armstrong coming off the bench had 9 points. David Wesley, starting guard, had 8, and Anthony Mason 6 points and 5 rebounds in the first half.
Well, it was a great first half for the Suns. They led by as many as 12. Charlotte had an early 3-point lead, but that was it. Now the Suns will come out and start the second half here at the Charlotte Coliseum the way they started the ball game, with Antonio McDyess, Cliff Robinson, Mark Bryant, Rex Chapman, and Jason Kidd. And the Hornets will open with Glen Rice, Matt Geiger, Anthony Mason, David Wesley, and Corey Beck. So both coaches. Danny Ainge for the Suns, and of course Dave Cowens for Charlotte will open the second half the way they opened the ball game. And here we go. With the basketball, David Wesley brings it down for the Charlotte Hornets. The Suns again with a 50-40 lead as we start the third quarter. Rice in the corner from 20, good.
Not a good sign to let Glen Rice wide open on the first shot attempt. You don't want to get him going.
That's for sure, and he averages 22 a game. That's the big news about Glen Rice. Over on the left side now, the Suns. Chapman goes inside to Cliff Robinson, and he jams it. Wow.
Over the top, they were fronting him, and the help was too quick. Geiger ran right by Cliff. He threw it down.
Well, Glen Rice had just 7 points in the first half. With the hoop a moment ago, he has 9, and it's 52-42. The Suns still by 10. Wesley goes down to Glen Rice. They double team. Geiger cuts inside over to Mason. Out front now. They get it out to Beck, and he will hit a 20-footer.
Oh, that was not an easy shot. Rex Chapman was right on him.
And that is his first scoring of the ball game. 52-44, the Suns lead. Pass inside to Cliff Robinson. He jams it. What a pass from Kidd. He whistled that through traffic.
He sure did. Glen Rice guarding him, thought he was going to go to the outside. He cut right back to the basket and right there for that pass all along.
So Cliff Robinson gets the hoop again. Now here's Glen Rice in low on the left side. Turns 15-footer off the back of the rim, won't go. Rebound pulled down by the Suns. Mark Bryant off to Kidd. 54-44, the Suns with the lead. Captain Kidd down the right side. He holds up, goes inside to McDyess now. McDyess against Mason. McDyess spins at the baseline, hesitates, puts a shot that rolls across the rim and off. No good. Misses an 8-footer. Matt Geiger with a rebound. Gets it off to Corey Beck. Beck driving to the baseline right side. Beck hangs on, throws it out to Wesley, who's open for 3. Won't get the shot, but the rebound, Glen Rice. Rice bounces it down inside to Mason. In the corner, Wesley. Another 3-point try. That one's good by David Wesley.
Can't afford to give him 2 wide open shots after missing the first one. He dropped the second.
That's his second 3. Hornets are now 3 of 7 from 3-point range. The Suns are 1 of 5 3-point shooting tonight. Here is Mark Bryant out to McDyess. About an 18-footer straight away. Won't go. Rebound, Bryant. Gives it to Chapman. Chapman moves in. His 18-footer won't go. And the rebound caroms over to the side. Wesley gathers it in for the Hornets. Wesley on the drive. Back out front to Glen Rice. Rice now in. Leans in for the shot and scores a 5-footer.
Yeah, Danny Ainge has seen enough in this little run for the Hornets. They're back to within 5.
Timeout Suns with 9:37 remaining in the third quarter. Suns 54, Charlotte 49. Hornets are buzzing. We'll be back after the full timeout.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
Gotham City's got a new attraction, and her name is
Poison Ivy.
Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket and find out for yourself
Just what I had in mind.
if Batman and Robin can stop fighting over her
She loves me and not you, and it's driving you crazy.
long enough to save the world.
Everything dead on Earth except us.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman. Order Batman and Robin on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
For all of you basketball fans who are into statistics, so far the NBA and the Fannie Mae Foundation have hit 435,000 boards, thrown up 300,000 bricks, made 90,000 assists, and with the help of a 10-foot stepladder reached a goal slightly higher than the basket. The NBA and the Fannie Mae Foundation, America's home team.
Well, here's an invitation. How would you like to be a part of Suns NBA 2-ball? Well, in Phoenix, here's the phone number to call, 379-PLAY. That's 379-7529 to get all the info on Suns NBA 2-ball. And it is fun. All right, the Suns come back after the timeout. Hornets on a run here, 54-49 score. The Suns still on top. Hornets are 4 of 6, and that is a 20-footer by Rex Chapman. It's up and in.
Boy, the Suns worked that play perfectly. Rex just fading out to that three-point line right in the center of the floor behind a screen.
And 9 points for Chapman in the ball game. It's 56-49. The Suns on top. Here's Wesley on the drive, in underneath, feeds off to Mason, out to Corey Beck, and we get a 3-second lane violation whistled against the Charlotte Hornets. That'll cost them a turnover.
The big guys down low in the lane, they thought that the little guys were going to put that ball up. They took too many passes that time, and the guys were getting ready for the rebound, got caught in the lane.
Charlotte with a 9-6 scoring edge here early in the third quarter. Mark Bryant with the ball out front for Phoenix. Over to Jason Kidd on the right side to Chapman. Chapman squares around from 20. Zing go the strings for King Rex, and he now has 11 points in the ball game. And it's 58-49. Suns stretching that lead again. Wesley over on the right side. Wesley waiting. The Suns shooting at even 50% from the field for the game. Charlotte 39% for the field. They go into Rice. Out it comes to Corey Beck. Left side, Mason hesitates, moves in the lane. He's got the shot in low. Good.
Boy, he's got that nice little swing move in the lane. Right back to the basket. Leaves the defender behind him wide open at the hoop.
58-51 the Suns. Jason Kidd bounced the ball to McDyess. McDyess backing down against Mason. Out it goes to Kidd on the left side. McDyess tripped up. Anthony Mason will be called for the foul, and that will be his first. Yeah,
that big physical guy bumping and slamming the whole ball game, and he comes up with his first personal here in the third quarter.
Suns basketball brought to you in part by Brewery Fresh Budweiser. Remind you, fresh beer tastes better. Suns come right into Cliff Robinson, and we'll get an illegal defense call against Charlotte, and that's, I believe, the second, which would be a technical foul. Dave Cowens complaining, Glen Rice complaining, and now we're going to get a little conversation.
Tommy
and
Nunez
they're going to wave it off.
He was trying to talk him out of it.
Well, they did.
Yeah.
And now Danny Ainge says, come on. Well, they're going to say nope. So that will go down in the record book as an inadvertent whistle by the referee.
Inadvertent.
No illegal
defensive call.
Dave Cowens is explaining it again to referee Tommy Nunez. And the ball goes back to the Suns with the new shot clock. All right, pass comes into Mark Bryant. Bryant gets it back to Rex Chapman. Chapman goes down low to Cliff Robinson. Robinson left the lanes, double team, feeds McDyess. He's there, shot good, count it, and he's fouled. Foul is on Geiger.
Boy, you know the way I explain Antonio, the way he's playing tonight, it's like when you're young and your legs are just alive and you're as quick as you are. Well, it's a fading memory. It's fairly dull, but
well, he has equaled his high as a Phoenix Sun. Free throw's not going to go. Rebound banged around. Comes down to Wesley. 24 points for McDyess, equaling his high as a Sun. 60-51. Suns with the lead. Third quarter. 8 minutes to play in the period. Back out front to Matt Geiger on the perimeter. Back out to Corey Beck. Gets the ball to Wesley. Still on the perimeter. Left side for Glen Rice. Rice against the Suns. Cliff Robinson. Rice on the drive. Can't shoot it. Gives it out to Beck. He will have to put up an 18-footer, but he hits it.
Boy, he's been doing a terrific job for them of late. They leave him open a lot.
Here come the Suns to McDyess, and he's pushed and fouled going to the hoop. So the shot didn't go, but he'll go to the free throw line. And Anthony Mason will pick up his second personal foul.
Antonio comes out of that play limping ever so slightly.
Well, he was running over here. Running under a full head of steam as he was pushed, and he came down a little off balance. And he'll go to the free throw line now to shoot two, and his first one is good. And that is now his high as a Phoenix Sun. 25 points for Antonio McDyess.
What a ball game. 12 out of 18 from the floor. He's got 11 rebounds on top of that.
And he gets both free throws, so he has 26 points. And it's 62-53. Suns lead. Suns put on some defensive pressure now, and the ball comes into Corey Beck. Beck brings the ball on the dribble over on the right side. Out of Arkansas. His second year in the NBA. Over to Wesley. Wesley out on top, left side, Glen Rice. Rice tries to break through, goes to Geiger. He can't handle it. It's off his hands, grabbed by Mark Bryant. Suns have the ball. Over to Jason Kidd. Kidd's going to take that ball to the hoop. He's going to be hit hard by Wesley and fouled. And we'll see All-Star Jason Kidd go to the Phoenix Suns free throw line.
Well, Jason Kidd has been fairly quiet tonight, but no reason for him to be very loud. He's just allowing his teammate Antonio McDyess to do it all. But Jason taking that ball down the floor that time. One defender back there. He just put a couple of moves. He was going to the basket.
He has picked up 6 assists, and his first free throw here is up and in. And he'll have another one. We're in the third quarter, 7:22 to go. And Charlotte's going to come in now with J.R. Reed. Reed will check in, replacing Matt Geiger. Reed played 11 minutes in the first half. Geiger played 16 for Charlotte. Coach Dave Cowens remains up on his feet, pacing back in front of the Charlotte bench. And Jason Kidd will get both free throws for the Suns. And their lead now is 11, 64-53. So Charlotte came out, made a little run, but the Suns have pushed them back again. Out of backcourt comes Corey Beck. Beck looks to Wesley, who breaks out on top, gets the pass out between the circles. Wesley waiting on the right side for Glen Rice. Down inside to J.R. Reed. Back to Rice. Here's the fake. Here's the 18-footer. It's good. Rice.
And he is good. Got the defender, Cliff Robinson, up in the air, took a step over and dropped the shot.
13 points for Rice. Jason Kidd on the
Look
drive.
at
Back
that
to
pass.
Bryant. 14-footer, no good. Rebound knocked out to the side and then in underneath. We're going to have a foul. And that foul is going to be called on Antonio McDyess, I believe.
That move by Jason Kidd down to the baseline, behind his back, no look with his left hand to the wide open Mark Bryant.
All right, Corey Beck up out of backcourt. Again, the foul on McDyess, his third. Out to Wesley between the circles. Left side for Rice. Rice going to work offensively here in the second half for Charlotte. Down to Anthony Mason. Mason bangs his way in deep. He's in way deep. Here's his shot. He got it. Mason.
What can you do? And Mason turns around and complains to the official, gives him the bad look. What can you do as a defender?
64-57 Suns lead. Bounce pass goes into McDyess. His spin move. He's open. A 6-footer is going to be waved off. And an offensive foul called on McDyess. And that now is going to be his fourth personal.
Did you see what Anthony Mason did down here the last time down the floor? Backed everybody back down under the basket. Little bit of contact on the play. Reed was off balance. Antonio gets the foul.
Now McDyess is going to have to come out, and Danny Manning will come in. We'll pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Suns Basketball Network. Danny Manning checking in, his 10th year in the NBA from Kansas, of course. And Williams has come in. Travis Williams, who came in and played the last 4 minutes of the first half for this Charlotte club. They're going to race. Rice turns off the glass, missed the 12-footer, but the rebound belongs to Williams. Williams out front, gets it back out to Wesley. Travis Williams, a rookie out of South Carolina for the Charlotte Hornets. Wesley over on the left side, moves to his right. Oh, he's got Williams all alone underneath. He got loose, he lays it in.
Big screen on the other side. J.R. Reed. Williams came around that screen as the defender was picked off. He was wide open.
Well, the Suns' 11-point lead's down to 5 again. 64-59. The Hornets don't want to go away. Just over 5.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Now, holding foul here. Going to be called on, I believe, Travis Williams. That'll be his first personal. Of course, he just came into the ball game. And looks like, are they over the team foul
They
limit?
are. They're over the limit. The Suns only have one team foul.
Okay.
Well, a moment ago, that pass down inside to Travis Williams. Mark Bryant was helping out on the big guy and didn't pick up the little guy who was free.
Mark Bryant from the free throw line will miss the first one. Bryant is waiting for his second try. He's now 1 of 3 for the ball game from the free throw line. Here's the next one, and that's good. So he connects on the next free throw, and the Suns lead 65-59. They fall back defensively now. And coming down with the basketball is Corey Beck. Beck waiting. In this quarter, the Suns are 5 of 9 from the field. Charlotte is 9 of 12. Beck still on the dribble over on the left side, moving against Rex Chapman. Backs down into the lane, turns, he's got an 8-footer. It rolls around, won't go. Rebound underneath, grab by the Suns. Over on the side, Jason Kidd. Kidd wheels it out of backcourt down the left side, go to the baseline in the corner, throws it out front to Cliff Robinson. Robinson takes it all the way to the hoop, he scores.
Jason Kidd down in traffic, and somehow he was able to find Cliff Robinson, who rolled it right to the hoop.
And Robinson with 11 points in the ball game for the Suns. 67-59 finish. Glen Rice works his way in underneath. Can't get the shot off. Throws it out to Williams. Williams starts to drive right of the lane. As he breaks into the basket, he's going to be fouled as he started to make that move to the hoop. And the foul will be on Manning.
Danny Manning picked that one up. Cliff Robinson helped out, and he almost picked up that foul. Would have been his third. McDyess has got 4.
Suns basketball brought to you in part by our good friends at America West Airlines, the official airline of the Suns. Here's Travis Williams. Left side for Glen Rice now. Rice puts up a 20-footer off the back of the rim, won't go. Rebound tapped out front, saved by Corey Beck. New shot clock for the Hornets. Over to Wesley. Wesley from 20. It's no good. Rice rebounds. Hornets keep it alive. Rice on the drive. Puts the shot up. No, but he's fouled. And Cliff Robinson will pick up his third personal foul for the Suns.
That was a veteran play that time by Glen Rice, the offensive rebound. And he took that ball back into the lane. Both Cliff Robinson, Mark Bryant were there. Had to be contact on the play. Rice knew it all along, wanted the free throws.
All right, Rice at the free throw line. He has 13 points in the ball game. His first free throw here, not good. So he'll have another try. He was 3 of 4 from the free throw line before that miss. Here's B.J. Armstrong now going to come in to give Wesley a breather. B.J. Armstrong in his 9th season out of the University of Iowa. He still gets into movies for child's tickets, if you can believe it.
He's got
he
that
young look
the
on his
baby
face
of all time.
Yeah, he still gets in for the child tickets.
I believe it.
Here's the next free throw by Rice. Good. He now has 14 points in the ball game, and it's 67-60. The Suns on top by 7 points with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left, third quarter. Cliff Robinson out on the perimeter, over on the angle left side. Looking, needs some help here, needs some movement. Now he's going to start to drive out to Manning, and we get a holding foul. Going to go against the Hornets here, and Travis Williams will pick up his second personal foul. Coming here with 4:12 remaining to be played in the third quarter. And a couple of free throws coming up for the Suns. Cliff Robinson.
Boy, it's tough on young guys, rookies in this league. You play defense the same way the older, more mature veterans play, and you get a foul for it. You're doing nothing different.
Robinson's first free throw is up and good. Cliff Robinson with 12 points. Suns have a 31-26 rebounding edge still in the game. Robinson's next free throw, not good. And J.R. Reed in the Charlotte lineup gets the rebound up to B.J. Armstrong. Don Royal also checked in. He didn't play in the first half. Royal's been signed to a couple of 10-day contracts. 6'8" performer out of Notre Dame in his 8th year. They go low to Travis Williams. Travis Williams tries to break through. Finally, he does, and he scores.
Right between Rex Chapman and Mark Bryant, right to the hoop.
Well, a strong move by Travis Williams, 6'7", 220-pounder out of University of South Carolina, a rookie in this Charlotte lineup. 68-62 the Suns. Mark Bryant out front. Right side for Jason Kidd. Kidd low for Chapman. One bounce. Here's the shot. No good. J.R. Reed rebounds. Reed's outlet comes over to B.J. Armstrong. Armstrong works down the right side. He's out at three-point range. Armstrong takes the dribble drive up top of the key. He deals it off to Rice. Rice moving to the baseline. Oliva's knocked down, but it's saved by Travis Williams. Wave it off. No hoop here. And stop and play, and we're going to get a foul.
Mark Bryant evidently came up with the foul.
That's his third personal.
Boy, did Cliff Robinson make a block on Glen Rice. Taking that ball to the basket. Finally, before he hit the floor, was going to put up his left hand. Cliff blocked it cleanly.
So a new 24 seconds on the shot clock for the Hornets. Don Royal to inbound, and Steve Nash will come in, giving Jason Kidd a breather with 3:17 remaining in the third quarter. Royal inbounding for Charlotte, out to B.J. Armstrong. Armstrong did the cutting Glen Rice into the lane, up for the jumper, blocked by Manning, but it's saved by Williams. He's everywhere. Off to Rice, 18-footer, good.
Well, they're really taking advantage. They're getting that ball back after the Suns make good defensive plays, and they're getting it down.
But Travis Williams very aggressive.
Yeah, very strong.
He's been coming up with loose balls, and it's a 4-point lead for the Suns, 68-64. Chapman on the drive, and a blocking foul this time is going to be called on Don Royal.
Look at Dave Cowens.
Yep.
He can't believe it. He almost flipped back over the scorer's table, kicking his feet.
And we're going to get a timeout. We have 2 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in this third quarter. The score here in Charlotte, 68-64 Suns over the Hornets. Back after the full timeout.
What if it were me? What if things were different? If I weren't healthy? Or if I never got the opportunity? What if my mother didn't teach me to take time and give back? These are the things I ask myself. The things that help me keep it real. Volunteer to improve your community. Team up.
Breakdown is the #1 thriller in the country.
My wife did not leave me.
The New York Times calls it pure action. It packs a punch.
What do you want?
Fresh and exciting, says USA Today. Solid thrills raised Gene Shalit of the Today Show.
When do I see my wife?
Should start walking. People magazine calls it a high-octane thriller.
Get down on the ground!
And Roger Ebert says this film delivers. Breakdown.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Not a sellout here at the Charlotte Coliseum. There are only 22,760 fans here. A sellout would be 24,042. Say, I did want to remind you, the ballpark and the arena are adding more than 1,000 new part-time positions. Be a part of this exciting new expansion work at the America West Arena and Bank One Ballpark in Phoenix. Call this number in Phoenix for an interview, 632-4500, during regular business hours, 632-4500. We have 2:52 remaining in this third quarter, and Charlotte's back within 4.
They're shooting 11 out of 18 in the quarter, 61%. Glen Rice, 4 out of 8.
Chapman at the free throw line, fouled by Donald Royal just before the timeout. Rex's first free throw is up and good, and he'll have another try here, trying to give the Suns a little bit of a cushion. Suns have led by as many as a dozen. Both free throws are good. Chapman with 13 points in the game. The only lead Charlotte's had has been very early when they were up by 3. Right now, 70-64 up on the scoreboard here at the Charlotte Coliseum. Suns lead. B.J. Armstrong down the left side against the Suns. Steve Nash. Armstrong still on the dribble as McLeod switches. That means Nash is on Rice. They'll go to Rice. You bet. He'll bring it out on top to J.R. Reed. 20-footer, not good. Mark Bryant battles for the rebound, but wait a minute. Referee Tommy Nunez says, foul is going to be called on Mark Bryant.
Mark Bryant that time all over the back of Donald Royal, it looked like.
Well, he was battling for that ball with Royal, and he was the stronger player, but Royal will go to the free throw line. Don Royal will be shooting 2. Did not play in the first half, coming in here in the third quarter. He looks, his first free throw is up and good. Royal out of Notre Dame. And with a few teams in the NBA, Hot Rod Williams will come back in for the Suns. Matt Geiger, the 7-footer, will return for the Charlotte Hornets. Vlade Divac, Del Curry, Bobby Phills, all out with injuries for the Charlotte Hornets. Here's Royal waiting for his second free throw. And that one's good, so he gets them both. And it's 70-66. Suns by 4. Steve Nash hurries down the left side. Stops the dribble out of three-point range. Goes to Manning. Royal is on Manning, playing very tough defensively. Manning with a little turnaround jump hook. Oh, he hit it. 13-footer was a beauty.
That is just the darndest shot that he has. That little hook push shot.
Unstoppable. Over on the left side, B.J. Armstrong. 72-66 the Suns. Armstrong looks down low. Glen Rice, the bread and butter guy, to say the least. But his pass knocked down. Stolen by McLeod. Suns have to get it out to Chapman. Hornets hustle back defensively. Chapman waits for his teammates now. 1:55 remaining in this third quarter. Nash out between the circles. To the right side on the dribble. Geiger shifts on him defensively. Nash pulls back. Goes to McLeod. He's going to shoot a 3. Won't get it. Rebound banged around. Geiger picks it off. Out to Donald Royal. 2-on-1 break. Royal has it knocked away by Chapman, but a foul on the Suns. Rex Chapman.
Well, the Suns had a great opportunity that time as Steve Nash set up his teammate George McLeod. George tonight 0 for 3 from the floor. He was wide open for that shot.
Well, don't forget to call Cotton Fitzsimmons and get in on his fantasy basketball camp for folks 30 and up, coming up this July 6th through the 11th in beautiful Lake Tahoe. And that phone number in Phoenix is 514-TAHOE, 514-TAHO for Cotton Fitzsimmons fantasy basketball camp.
Donald Royal makes the first free throw. He wants to make the most. This is a great opportunity for him. Signed his second 10-day contract. Wants to stay on this team. He's playing very well here in the second half.
Well, he's 4 for 4 from the free throw line as he gets 2 here. 72-68. A 4-point Phoenix lead. Minute and a half left third quarter. McLeod driving. Shot. Good. Go. Baseline right side. McLeod went in traffic. Put it up and in.
He had an impossible angle to make that shot off the glass, and that's exactly what he did.
74-68 the Suns. B.J. Armstrong out here to Travis Williams. Williams at three-point range. Looks left. Back to Armstrong. Armstrong on the perimeter against the Suns. Steve Nash. He's double-teamed in front. Breaks through on the dribble. Underneath Geiger, and he's going to be fouled. Geiger got open. Armstrong got him the ball, and Geiger fouled in underneath. Hot Rod Williams picks up the foul.
With 1:06 to play here in the third quarter. Both teams out of fouls. Geiger will get a pair of free throws. Hot Rod Williams making sure Geiger had a slam dunk.
Geiger scored the first 6 points of this ball game for the Hornets and has not scored since. And he'll miss the first free throw. Geiger from the free throw line has not been too fantastic, but he's not a bad free throw, 70%. Rice is going to come out for a quick breather here. Mason coming back in. And here is Geiger for his next free throw, and that one is not good. And Manning will get the rebound for the Suns off to Steve Nash. 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. It's 74-68 Suns. Here's Chapman, 20-footer, around and off, tipping Manning, no. Coming down with it, Matt Geiger for the Hornets. For Armstrong. Left side, Williams driving in deep, but covered. Now brings the ball back out on the angle left side. Travis Williams on the dribble. The rookie from South Carolina for Charlotte. Bounce pass goes to Anthony Mason. Mason says, clear out. Let me take Hot Rod Williams. He bangs inside, but he feeds it out to B.J. Armstrong. Here's the jumper. Up, won't go. We're going to have a whistle and a foul. And not much of a foul, but it's going to be called on Steve Nash.
Heard they call it a ticky-tack foul. There was not much of anything on that play.
So the Hornets going to the free throw line here now. They have gone 20 times. The Suns 18. And this is B.J. Armstrong, who is an excellent free throw shooter for Charlotte. And his first one is up and in. So he has 10 points in the game for the Hornets.
You know, sometimes, Al, there's a lot of contact on a play, and if the whistle is not called, everybody complains. Sometimes, if the whistle isn't called and nobody says anything, it shouldn't have been called. And nobody would have said a word that time if that had not been called.
Both free throws are good, so it gives the Hornets a couple of points. And again, it's a 4-point Phoenix lead, 74-70. Final 26 seconds of this third quarter here at the Charlotte Coliseum. Danny Manning out front against Mason to Chapman. Chapman cutting through, twist, turn, shoot, and score. Oh, what a shot. What a play by King Rex.
Under double team pressure, somehow got that shot off and fell through.
Wow. 15 points for Chapman and a 6-point Phoenix lead with the final 14 seconds of the third quarter. Travis Williams has given Charlotte a lift over on the right side. Chapman has scored the last 6 points from the free throw line, and then he got that one. Here comes Travis Williams. His shot is blocked by Manning.
No.
And going to get a foul called. Well,
I don't think you could play better defense than Danny Manning did. Travis Williams, 6'6", went up for that shot. Manning at 6'10", all over that ball. He didn't fake. He went straight up in the air. Manning was one arm up in the air to block that shot.
Danny Ainge upset, and he and referee Tommy Nunez go nose to nose. Well, Williams is the rookie. Manning is the 10-year pro. And Williams will miss the first of 2 free throws.
Tommy Nunez, he is all over that call, he said. And Manning said, I was all over the ball.
All right, here's Williams waiting for his second free throw. Here's the look. Here's the shot. It won't go. Rebound to George McLeod. Tries to get it up to Chapman. They won't get a shot as the third quarter's history here in Charlotte with the score. Phoenix Suns 76, Charlotte Hornets 70, and the fourth quarter coming right up.
I'm a victim of child abuse. My life has been ruined because someone abused me very badly. Every day I fight to survive the flashbacks and nightmares. The effects are devastating, and for me, it's lasted my whole life. I suffer because I can't trust anyone. I want to fight back. I want people to know it's wrong to abuse children.
250 years into the future.
Any survivors?
The world is on the edge of destruction.
Do you understand Big Trouble?
And the only way to save it...
Me? Protect you? Okay.
...is to find the fifth element. Bruce Willis. The Fifth Element.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on DirecTV.
white lies.
Tell them it's in the mail. I ran out of gas. You're losing a little weight.
We tell them every day.
Grown-ups need to lie.
But what if for 24 hours,
I wish that Dad couldn't tell a lie.
you could only tell the truth?
You know why I pulled you over? I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding!
Jim Carrey.
Like the jazz?
Whatever takes the focus off your head.
Liar, liar.
My teacher tells me real beauty's on the inside.
That's just something ugly people say.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
Time for the Gila River Casino hustle board. Tonight the Suns leading in rebounding 33-31. Block shots, Phoenix has 6. And the Charlotte Hornets don't have one yet. They are right down at the bottom of the league in block shots. Steals 7 for the Suns and 4 for the Hornets.
Well, the Suns had a 10-point lead at halftime, but outscored by 4 in the third quarter. So they take a 6-point lead into this final period. 76-70. Jason Kidd back in there. So's McDyess. And Kidd brings it down the left side. Head directs Chapman. Fourth quarter underway. Back to McDyess, and he couldn't handle the pass. Knocked away and gathered in by Wesley. Wesley back in this fourth quarter. Takes it into the lane. Stops. Dishes off on the left side for Mason. Mason facing the basket against Hot Rod Williams. Now backing down. Cuts across the lane. Gives it to Geiger. Geiger driving. Has the ball knocked away. Gets it back. Shoots. Won't get it. Rebound underneath. Knocked away. And Travis Williams was battling for that board. And the foul's going to go against the Suns' Hot Rod Williams.
Boy, and it's obvious why Dave Cowens has given this youngster Williams an opportunity to come in this ball game and to get physical, and that's exactly what he has done out there.
Well, he certainly has, and he's going to the free throw line right now. Travis Williams takes the look. His first shot is up, and that one is good. So Travis Williams with 5 points in the ball game. And waiting for another try here out of South Carolina State, actually. And his next free throw is also good. So he gets them up both. He has 6 points in the ball game and 3 rebounds. But the most thing he's given has been hustle. He's been battling and scrapping in there. 76-72, Suns by 4. Jason Kidd out front, looks down low. Guess who's there? It is Nash. And it's going to be waved off?
No, it was good.
Good.
They called goaltending.
All right, goaltending was the call. The shot went anyway,
yeah,
but it goes to Nash. Had to hesitate for a minute here. But Nash gets credit for the field goal. So Nash now with 11 points in the game, and the Suns up 78-72. Travis Williams over on the right side now. Gets the ball over to Glen Rice. Rice in low to Geiger. Puts it on the floor. Shot swatted away out of bounds. And it'll belong to the Charlotte Hornets. Talking about Travis Williams, he wasn't drafted by an NBA franchise, but he's been in the CBA for 6 years.
Boy, that's perseverance.
Yep.
Hanging in there and getting an opportunity.
And that's why he's really battling in there. All right, here's Geiger out front. About a 20-footer. Off the rim, no good. Time is running out in the shot clock. He had to put it up. Here come the Suns. McLeod up to Nash. Cut across to the right side on the dribble. Nash waiting. Comes out front now. Mason out to play him defensively. The Suns with a 78-72 lead. Nash breaks through, goes to McLeod. McLeod with a little spin move. Back to Nash. Wasn't expecting it, couldn't handle it. Out of bounds it goes. Turnover, Phoenix.
Did Anthony Mason bump Steve Nash out there a couple times?
That's what Nash is saying, but no whistle. And it's 78-72. Hornets with a dozen turnovers in the ball game this evening. The Suns with 10. Mason's bounce pass for Wesley. Feeds it off to Geiger. He's stripped of the ball by McDyess nicely. And it goes out of bounds, but it still will belong to the Hornets with 12 seconds to get a shot off.
Antonio taking a big chance there, slapping down at that ball. He could have picked up his 5th personal foul.
Yeah, he has 4. Bryant has 4. All right. Here's Glen Rice again over on the right side. Hot Rod Williams shifts out on him defensively. Now they go inside to Mason, who loses the ball, gets it back. Rice for 3. Good.
Boy. Right in the nick of time. That shot clock was down to 2 as that ball fell through.
Well, Rice averages 22 a game. He had 7 at halftime. He has 19 now. And it's a 3-point Phoenix lead, 78-75. Jason Kidd out front handling the ball for the Suns. Around to Nash. Nash is going to be off the mark from 15. Rebound underneath is grabbed by McLeod. He tries to put it back up. It's knocked out of bounds. Suns will still have it. Steve Nash is very calmly saying to Tommy Nunes, I didn't get hit in the side of the face, knocked around. Give me a look. All right, Nash with the ball from 18. He got it up. Beauty. Swisheroo for 2. And Nash with 13 points. And the Suns needed that shot. Big hoop. 80-75. Phoenix on top. A lot of time remaining in this one. Over 9.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Wesley hands the pass off to Glen Rice. Rice moving on McLeod. And that little, what do we call, ticky-tack? They call a foul on McLeod.
A little bit of contact on the play. Not going to have any outcome on what happened in that play.
So a new 24 seconds up on the shot clock for Charlotte. Inbounded to Geiger. And now we're getting a stop and play.
He's got 9 up there.
Have to reset the shot clock to 24. And that makes it look a little better for the Hornets. Mason gets the ball into Geiger. Geiger out front, one bounce, then flips the pass on the right side for Glen Rice. Rice on the dribble drive to the baseline. The shot rolls off from 8 feet. Tip up. Geiger, good.
Well, I'll tell you what Charlotte has done here in the second half. They have just out-physicaled the Suns. They have been extremely aggressive.
McLeod for 3, in and out, and Geiger with the rebound. 80-77. Rice out on the break. He's going to be fouled by Nash, but he didn't get the hoop.
Well, and that's, if you're going to foul the guy, you've got to make sure that he doesn't score. And Steve Nash did it perfectly. Kept Rice from getting that all alone. They call it a bunny.
Well, Keith, at halftime, the Suns had a rebounding edge of 28-19. Right now, the rebounding edge is dead even. 35 apiece. And as you said, it's been a physical Hornet ball club that has come out, and that's been the difference.
And you know who's been leading the way is this Travis Williams.
Yep, he started it.
He really did.
Glen Rice gets the first free throw. He can cut the Suns' lead to a single point with 9 minutes and 6 seconds remaining here in the ballgame.
And you know, Al, as Charlotte has become more physical, the Suns have picked up more fouls. And that doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's what's happened.
Both free throws are good. 21 points for Glen Rice. And an 80-79, 1-point Phoenix lead. Here's Jason Kidd over on the left side. Kidd, bounce pass picked off by Wesley. He makes the steal and then loses the ball out of bounds. So the Suns get a break. They'll get it back. Suns with Hot Rod Williams, Antonio McDyess, George McLeod, Jason Kidd, and Steve Nash. So the Suns will get the ball back and a real break there. They lead by 1 point. Ball, Kidd looking, throws it out to Steve Nash. Nash out of three-point range now. Backs away as Travis Williams guarding him. Nash starts to break through. Geiger comes out, gives him a little push. No harm, no foul. Pass over to Jason Kidd. Kidd over in the corner to McLeod. Suns need it, can't get the shot from the corner. And it's grabbed by Anthony Mason. McLeod 1 of 7 from the field for the Suns. Here's Mason left of the key. Gets the ball over on the side to Glen Rice. Rice on the dribble drive, top of the key area. Rice looking down, goes to Anthony Mason. Mason left of the lane, out front to Wesley. Wesley spinning away into the lane. Pump fake, now dishes off to Geiger. Geiger has the 15-footer, won't get it. Rebound up in the air, grabbed by McLeod. Nash tipped it over. Off to Jason Kidd, Suns by 1. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Kidd to McLeod.
Look at he's got to shoot that ball.
Yep, over to Hot Rod, his 18-footer, good, and boy, they needed that. Hot Rod
really
Williams.
Did. And Al, the shooter out there, George McLeod, is hesitating. He just can't do it, even though he's shooting poorly. He's got to keep putting it up.
Well, he's 1 for 7. 82-79. The Suns up by 3. Mason brings the ball slowly on the dribble up out of backcourt. Out between the circles now. Stops, gives it off to Wesley on the left side. Wesley trying to drive, but Nash won't let him break through. Now Wesley heading for the baseline. Spins, feeds the ball to the cutting Anthony Mason. It's knocked away, and we'll get a foul called. And the foul on Hot Rod Williams.
Takes a lot of guts to get in front of that guy when he's going to the basket full speed. He got that ball at the free throw line right down the lane, and Hot Rod put the bear hug on him to keep him from making that layup.
An invitation to fly Southwest Airlines, providing everyday low fares and 23 daily nonstops to Los Angeles. Anthony Mason's first free throw, not good.
One of the most unusual free throw styles you'll ever see. At that line, lifting that with one hand, the right arm straight up in the air and the left hand up high above his head.
Travis Williams coming out, getting a nice round of applause. Corey Beck coming back in, and for the Suns, Rex Chapman will replace McLeod, and Anthony Mason missing the first of 2 free throws. Here's the second one on the way, and that one is good. 11 points for Mason tonight, and it's 82-80. Suns by a couple. And the Suns had a 10-point lead at halftime, but it's turned into a nail-biter here at the Charlotte Coliseum. See him with over 22,000 looking on. Here's Jason Kidd. Kidd hands it out to Steve Nash. Nash has Geiger on him defensively. Nash will pull up for the 3. Shazam! Oh, brother, how about Steve Nash?
Did he work that to perfection? He backed up, let the 7-footer settle in, and then popped it right over him.
85-80. Phoenix leading, and Steve Nash was 16 in this ball game. Wesley in low to Rice. Rice with the turnaround 10-footer, can't get it. Rebound, Mason has it, but he's out of bounds. And what's the call going to be? They'll call it, and they'll give the ball back to the Suns. 6 minutes, 50 seconds left in this ball game in the fourth quarter. We have a timeout with a score: Suns 85, Charlotte 80. Back after these messages.
I'm about to unleash the biblical plague.
For Special Agent Sean Archer,
He wants people dead.
there's only one way to catch a killer.
State-of-the-art morphogenetic template.
You want to take his face and mine?
You've got to become him. From the director of Broken Arrow, John Travolta, Nicolas Cage.
What do you say we trade back?
Face Off.
Plan B. Let's just kill each other.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com Arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Right now, 10-second break, station identification on the Suns Basketball Network. Steve Nash's three-pointer a moment ago, a beauty. He has 7 of the Suns' 9 points in this quarter. And an interesting statistic, Keith, 10 of Charlotte's last 15 points, they've come from the free throw line.
Absolutely. They've been camping out at that free throw line.
85-80. The Suns with the lead. They have the ball. Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, Rex Chapman, Mark Bryant, along with Antonio McDyess. Chapman out on the perimeter. The ball's poked away out of bounds, and it still will belong to the Suns. Wesley knocking it away. He's out there with Corey Beck, Glen Rice, along with Anthony Mason and Matt Geiger. That's the Charlotte lineup. Suns inbound to Nash. In the corner, Chapman. He's going to be short from 20. Rebound grabbed off by Anthony Mason.
He hurried that one. Sometimes when the defender's running at him, he hurries it. There was nobody there that time. He didn't have to.
Over to Wesley. Wesley comes down the left side on the dribble for Charlotte. Wesley goes to Glen Rice. He's got position. Takes it right to the basket for the lay-in.
Boy, they ran it very nicely right down the lane. The defender was picked off, and Rice was wide open.
23 points for Rice. 85-82. Suns with a 3-point lead. Jason Kidd out of backcourt, gives the ball to Nash. Nash from 18, won't get this one. Rebound saved by McDyess. Out to Nash again. Over to Kidd. Kidd fakes the 3, goes to Chapman. His 3-pointer. It won't go. Rebound comes down to Anthony Mason. Mason out to Glen Rice. Sometimes the Suns take that shot a little bit too quickly. Over to Wesley. Wesley out on the perimeter now, brings the dribble out front. Wesley still keeps it going up and down. Now to Geiger. Geiger's open, baseline drive, drops it off to Mason, and Nash will foul him.
Steve Nash went bronco riding that time,
yes,
right on
did.
the back of Anthony Mason.
That's 3 personals on Nash, and it's 5 team fouls, I believe, on
That's right.
the Suns.
That's right. 5 on the Suns, and the Hornets don't have any here in the fourth quarter.
Well, they've been really cashing in from that free throw line. Anthony Mason's first free throw is good. A lot of free throws in this second half for the Hornets. And they can cut the lead to 1 point if Mason knocks down this next free toss. On the way, good. Mason with 13 points, 85-84. The Suns by 1. 5.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Charlotte has not led since the early moments of this game here in Charlotte. Steve Nash out front behind a Mark Bryant screen. Geiger jumps out on Nash. Nash still on the dribble. Flips it back to Rex Chapman. Chapman's running right-hander. Can't get it. They battle underneath. It comes down to Mason. So the Suns have come up short on their last few possessions. Here's Mason down the left side. Anthony Mason with the basketball. Backs away at three-point range. Looks for Rice. Goes to Rice. Knocked down by Kidd, but no. They say Kidd was reaching around. And he will pick up a foul. And guess what? More free throws.
Glen Rice this time going the line. Jason Kidd trying to come around the back. They said he got him on the arm.
Well, this free throw situation has gotten to be ridiculous. And here's Rice back at the free throw line, a sensational free thrower with a chance to put Charlotte on top. His first one is good. That'll tie the ball game. Again, as we mentioned, the Hornets have not led since the early minutes of this ball game. It's tied right now with 5 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Rice waiting at the free throw line. Here's the look. Here's the free throw. And Charlotte has the lead. Last time they led, it was 8-7 with 7:28 left in the opening quarter. 86-85 Hornets. Here's Steve Nash out front for the Suns. Nash to his right, but can't break through. Now brings it the other way. Still beyond that three-point arc. Now drives the middle. Now stops. 14-footer good. Oh, Steve Nash. 18 points for Nash. And the Suns lead 87-86.
He's got the tenacity of a bulldog.
Every situation, every possession important. Rice almost loses the ball, and now he does.
He stepped on the line.
Yeah, good defensive pressure over on the side. Rice stepping out of bounds. So the Suns will have it. 4 minutes and 34 seconds left to play in this ball game. The Suns with a 1-point lead. Steve Nash with 18 points. He's done all the scoring but one hoop by Hot Rod Williams in this quarter. 9 points for Nash. All right, here comes Steve Nash again with the basketball. Nash at three-point range. Bryant out to set a screen. Nash sneaks by it. Geiger jumps out defensively. And Geiger steals the ball. Geiger throws it out to Wesley. And Wesley is going to be fouled by Jason Kidd. More free throws.
Well, Jason Kidd, he had an option. It's choosing your poison on that play. He either fouls Wesley or Wesley has a pass to a wide open teammate right under the basket.
Nash just couldn't get that pass over the big 7-footer Geiger, who was out in his face defensively. And here is Wesley from the line, and he ties the ball game. First free throw is good. Wesley with 12 points in the ball game. He's 6 of 7 free throw shooting. Wesley out of Baylor. 3 years with the Boston Celtics. He gets both free throws. And again, it is a 1-point Charlotte lead, 88-87. Suns coach Danny Ainge calling instructions out to his ball club. Jason Kidd handling the basketball as he walks it down the left side. We have 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. 4 minutes in the ball game. Here's McDyess. Here's the drive. He passes it in traffic. Then he gets it back. Shoots it and scores. Oh, unbelievable.
That was right out of the playbook, Al, believe it or not.
Yeah. Well, McDyess got the ball in traffic, hit a couple of Hornets, and it came back to him, and he got the hoop. Now here's Wesley driving inside. Gets the ball out to Corey Beck. Back to Wesley over on the angle left. McDyess, by the way, with 28 points, as high as the Phoenix Sun. Out front on top to Corey Beck again. Over to Mason with 5 seconds on Charlotte's shot clock. Mason right to the key. Mason on the drive. To the baseline. To the hoop. Won't get it. Rebound battle. Mark Bryant has it for the Suns. Off to Chapman and back to Kidd. Captain Kidd to Steve Nash. Nash back out to Kidd. Kidd hangs on at three-point range.
No reason to shoot it in a hurry.
89-88, Suns by 1. 3:15 to play. We got a foul. Geiger over the top of Antonio McDyess, but they do have a few to give. That was their first foul called against Charlotte in the fourth quarter.
They only had 5 to give. Only 5. Well,
wow.
They haven't been playing very aggressively here in the second half.
Yes, thank you. 89-88. The Suns by 1, and they have a new shot clock. It comes in now to Steve Nash. Nash on the right side. Puts the ball on the floor on the dribble. Bounce it down to McDyess. McDyess against Mason. Here's the turnaround. Got it.
Yes.
Big hoop by Dice. He has 30. And the Suns lead 91-88. We'll get a timeout by the Hornets. That's it. 2:57 left in the ball game. Suns 91, Hornets 88. Back after this full timeout.
You're into the game. Get into the gear. Have you heard about Nothing But Hoops? It's the official catalog of the NBA. You can get NBA Authentics. That's the same stuff players wear. Hey, it might even help your game. Get the coolest stuff from any team, anytime, anywhere. Even WNBA stuff. What more could you ask for? For your free Nothing But Hoops catalog, call 1-800-NBA-HOOPS. 1-800-NBA-HOOPS. I love this stuff.
Breakdown is the #1 thriller in the country.
My wife did not leave me.
The New York Times calls it pure action. It packs a punch.
What do you want?
Fresh and exciting, says USA Today. Solid thrills raise Gene Shalit of the Today Show.
When do I see my wife?
Just start walking. People magazine calls it a high-octane thriller.
Get down on the ground!
And Roger Ebert says this film delivers. Breakdown.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
The biggest stars as they soar into the night.
We hit the stage to watch the NBA play. On the cross floor play. I love this game.
I love this game.
I love this game.
Let's check some other partial scores around the NBA tonight. We do have a final. Indiana beats Washington by 185-84. In the third, Detroit leads Milwaukee 52-47. In the third, Minnesota leads Atlanta 66-60. Those are partials. And Dallas over Cleveland by 2 in the second. Clippers lead Houston 54-48 in the second. And New Jersey over Denver 28-16 in the second. Our ball game here at the Charlotte Coliseum has 2 minutes and 57 seconds remaining to be played. The Suns with the 91-88. And the scores in this fourth quarter? Well, Steve Nash has 9 points. McDyess has 4. Hot Rod Williams has 2.
That's not what you call your usual balanced scoring.
And it'll be the Suns falling back on defense, and Charlotte with the basketball. Okay. Back out front, Corey Beck handling the ball over on the right side. He's used the dribble, needs some help, goes to Wesley out on the perimeter now. Wesley looks low for Geiger. Geiger double teamed defensively. Out it comes now. Beck starts to drive through. He's knocked down. The ball is knocked away. That will be another foul. And more free throws.
Yeah, Antonio picks up his 5th personal foul.
We have 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go. And Corey Beck at the free throw line. Beck has not been at the line tonight. He has 4 points. Beck waiting, right foot at the line, the left foot just a shade back, and his first one is good. So free throws have been the offense of the Charlotte Hornets here in the second half. No mistake. 91-89 the score, Suns, and here's the next free throw on the way from Beck, and he gets the roll on that one. So it is 91-90. A 1-point lead for the Suns. 2.5 minutes to play in the ball game in the fourth quarter. Jason Kidd out to Chapman. Here's the lob. McDyess can't get to it. It goes out of bounds off Dice. Charlotte's possession. 91-90 the Suns. 2:24 to play in the ball game. Wesley to Corey Beck. Beck will take a little time as he comes up into the offensive zone for the Charlotte Hornets. Edges over to the right side of the basketball. Bounces it off to Wesley. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Down to Rice. Rice from 20. Good. Oh, he got it. It was a tough shot.
Amazing. Antonio McDyess was all over him. And boy, he just dropped it.
Suns are going to take a 20-second timeout. It's 92-91 Charlotte. Glen Rice, he had 7 points in the first half. He has 20 points in the second half. 27 for the ball game.
He just fell back a little bit. Antonio was right on top of him, and he drained it.
Suns basketball is brought to you in part by Brewery Fresh Budweiser. To remind you that fresh beer tastes better. Born on dating. It's the day your bud was born. Is your beer fresh? Well, this one going right down to the wire here at the Charlotte Coliseum. A 92-91 Hornet lead with exactly 2 minutes to play.
Antonio McDyess, remember how hot he was in that first half. He was 11 out of 15, had 22 points. And since then, because of foul trouble, he's only had 5 shot attempts, 3 of 5 in the rest of the ballgame.
Glen Rice was 2 of 8 shooting in the first half. He's 7 of 13 in this second. The Suns have the basketball after taking their 22nd timeout. Corey Beck putting full court pressure on Nash. Nash up out of backcourt over to Rex Chapman. Chapman at three-point range. Chapman holding the ball, 12 seconds to shoot it. They go to McDyess. McDyess on the drive. He can't get loose, but he's pushed and fouled. But these Charlotte fouls don't mean a doggone thing.
Well, now,
fouls on Rice.
That's the first one in the last 2 minutes. So from now on, they will be in the penalty.
Yeah. Well, is it on Rice or Mason?
Mason was the one that
pushed
Mason.
Him. Okay. All right. Suns come back with a new shot clock.
Oh, look at Mason.
45 to go.
Mason is throwing.
Right.
And they're going to call it a double foul.
Oh, that's
and if
ridiculous.
they do, Dice is out of the game.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. That's exactly what it is. Double foul. And McDyess is trying to get away from him. That's hurts the Suns, so McDyess fouls out. That's Mason's 4th.
All night long, Mason has just been bumping and physically abusing everybody coming near him. And he's got now 4 personal fouls with that last one.
McDyess just trying to move away from him and spin away. Mason had him grabbed by the arm and was holding, and they call a double foul. In fact, he even grabbed McDyess by the seat of the pants.
And then grabbed his leg and then threw him around.
All right, Suns of the ball on a new shot clock. They trail by 1. Into Brock Bryant, over to Steve Nash. Nash beyond that three-point line. There's 1:38 seconds to go in this ball game. We're in Charlotte. Here's Chapman. Here's the 18-footer. Can't get it. Rebound, knocked down. Picked up by Mason. Mason of the ball, 1:28 to go. Off to Wesley.
David Wesley was holding on to Rex Chapman. He could not move right in front of the official.
Wesley brings the ball down the left side, down to Anthony Mason. Mason against Mark Bryant. Mason holds the ball down. Now starts to edge in. Out it comes to Wesley. Wesley throws the ball away. Tried to go to Mason. Mason couldn't get to it. Out of bounds. It's a turnover, Hornets. And the Suns can use that break. 92-91. Charlotte leads. 1:10 to go in the game. Nash down the left side will get a full timeout called by the Suns, and here it is. 1 minute, 8 seconds remaining in the ball game. Charlotte 92, Suns 91. Suns to the ball, and we come back right after this full 90-second timeout.
I'm about to unleash the biblical plague.
For Special Agent Sean Archer,
He wants people dead.
there's only one way to catch a killer.
State-of-the-art morphogenetic template.
You want to take his face and mine.
You've got to become him. From the director of Broken Arrow, John Travolta, Nicolas Cage.
What do you say we trade back?
Face Off.
Plan B. Let's just kill each other.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on DirecTV.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands, the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com Arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Al McCoy with Keith Erickson. Keith, you have a very important statistic you might want to pass along.
Yeah, just picked up free throws in the fourth quarter. Listen to this. The Hornets, 13 of 14. The Suns have not gone to the free throw line one time.
1:08 to play in the game. Suns of the ball, 21 seconds on the shot clock. They trail by 4. Chapman is hit and fouled, and no call. And a loose ball. Now, we're going to get a whistle here or what? No, a timeout, I guess. I mean, that was unbelievable. Chapman was knocked down, jumped on, no whistle. And finally, we get a timeout call. We're going to keep it right here. Chapman went up. He was hit there by Beck, knocked down, no call. And finally, they had to call a timeout before the ball was grabbed by the Hornets. And now, of course, Dave Cowens is upset at the fact that they allowed the Suns to take the timeout. Now there's 1:04 left in the game. 17 seconds on the Suns shot clock, and Charlotte with a 92-91 lead. Next up for the Suns on Friday night, Miami. On Saturday night, Orlando. And we'll have those games both on radio and television for you, starting both games Friday and Saturday night at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. If you're wondering about games decided by 5 points or less, Suns have won 7 of 9. Charlotte's won 9 out of 11.
Two guys put the pinch on Chapman that time as he jumped for that ball. Both guys had contact with Rex. He goes to the floor. No foul called.
Well, the Suns just cannot get to the free throw line, and the Hornets have gotten themselves right back into this game with free throws.
As a matter of fact, in the fourth quarter, they're from the field 30%. The Suns 7 of 16, 44%. But free throw line has been the difference, and the aggressive play of these Hornets.
Let's look at the whole game. They have 38 free throw attempts for the game. The Suns have 18.
And none, not a one in the fourth quarter.
And we talked about it when they came out in the second half, that the Hornets came out a very physical ball club. They were banging, and they got themselves back in from the foul line.
And if you're going to give a game ball to anybody, the pigskin goes to Wes Williams tonight. Travis Williams.
Yeah, he got him going. All right, Suns come out. We just mentioned the Hornets with 38 free throws, the Suns with 18. The Suns have George McLeod, Rex Chapman. They have Danny Manning, Mark Bryant, and Steve Nash. That's the 5 on the floor for the Suns. Nash will inbound the ball. 92-91, Charlotte with the lead. Nash looking. Let's see what the Suns decide during the timeout. Ball comes into Manning. Back to Nash at three-point range. Down to Manning. He's got about a 15-footer. Won't get it. Bryant rebound. Scored. Mark Bryant. Oh, brother. Bryant scores it. The Suns by 1. 55 seconds left in the ball game. And we're going to get a timeout. We will take it to catch our breath. 52 seconds left in this thriller from Charlotte. Suns 93, Hornets 92. It'll be the Hornets ball when we come back right after these messages.
I'm about to unleash the biblical plague.
For Special Agent Sean Archer,
He wants people dead.
there's only one way to catch a killer.
State-of-the-art morphogenetic template.
You want to take his face and mine?
You've got to become him. From the director of Broken Arrow, John Travolta, Nicolas Cage.
What do you say we trade back?
Face Off.
Plan B. Let's just kill each other.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on DirecTV.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com Arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Mark Bryant certainly picked the right time, Keith, to get his first field goal of the game.
First one of the ball game. Danny Manning missed. The rebound came over the top of David Wesley, and Mark Bryant was all over it and laid it back in.
All right, Suns with full court defense. Pressure. Charlotte with the ball. It comes into Corey Beck. 51 seconds. They're ticking away. Beck has it poked away. It goes out of bounds. It still will belong to Charlotte. 15 seconds now on the shot clock. It is 93-92. The Suns by 1. Anthony Mason to inbound just to the left of our courtside location here to Charlotte Coliseum. Gets the pass out front to Corey Beck. Down to David Wesley. David Cowens up at midcourt yelling to his Charlotte team. Out to Rice. Rice holds it up high. McLeod defending against
down
him.
to 5
seconds to shoot it. Rice will put up a 20-footer. Good! Rice with 29. A 1-point lead for Charlotte. 94-93. Half a minute to play. Jason Kidd. He's back in the ball game, gets it out to Manning. Manning out on top. Over to Chapman. Chapman is going to be fouled, and that'll send Chapman to the line. And Cowens is very upset that the blocking foul is called on Wesley. He's going nuts over there.
Dave Cowens did a pirouette and almost jumped over the scorer's table.
Now he goes down to the end. He's really upset. He spent too many years in a Boston Celtic uniform, I have a feeling. He's all over the referee, Bill Oakes. And Rex Chapman will go to the free throw line with 23 seconds remaining in regulation. Fourth quarter. Chapman with the look. Here's the shot, and he doesn't get it.
On the season, Rex at 79% from the free throw line.
Well, this is the big one. They need it to tie. Chapman missing the first of 2 free throws. Now he steps back to the line. Came into the NBA as a first-round draft pick of the Hornets. The next free throw is good. So Chapman ties the ball game with 23 seconds to go. Well, it's up to the Hornets. Suns may not get another possession. Here is Wesley over on the left side. 15 seconds left in the game to go to Rice. Knocked away out of bounds, and the Suns have it. 12 seconds to go. Manning with the ball. Kidd still in backcourt. Kidd the right side. 8 seconds to play. Give it to Manning. Hold the phone. We're going to get a timeout. Ooh, I thought Manning had a chance to take that ball to the basket.
He did. He was on his way. The guys on this side of the floor, Kidd and Manning, they're going all out to try and get that ball to the hoop. Manning was on his way, and Mark Bryant, standing by the official, sees Danny Ainge call timeout.
I don't know. I would have liked to see Manning. It looked like he had a pretty good step going to the basket. We have 5.8 seconds remaining in this ball game. It's all tied. The Suns 94 and Charlotte 94. McDyess with 30 points leading the Suns. Glen Rice with 29 leading the Charlotte Hornets.
Trying to see where they have somewhere in the arena here where they have timeouts remaining.
Well, let's see. Timeouts remaining. One for the Hornets, none for the Suns. Suns have used them all. So Charlotte will have a timeout.
Well, the good thing, Al, about this timeout now, aside from the fact that Danny Ainge can set a play up, is that now they will run the shot clock all the way down and get the last shot of this ball game if they run it properly. That last time, if Danny had taken that ball in, and let's just speculate, if he misses, then the Hornets are still going to get the last shot.
McDyess is fouled out of the ball game, in case you missed that along the way, after a brilliant performance of 30 points. And this one is tied at 94-94. Well, last night the Suns won in Atlanta. They had a great first half. They led by 10 here tonight at halftime. But this rugged team of the Charlotte Hornets came buzzing right back. And here we are tied. 5.8 seconds remaining. Hornets come out there set defensively with Glen Rice, Anthony Mason, Matt Geiger, Wesley and Beck. The Suns with George McLeod, Danny Manning, Rex Chapman, Jason Kidd, and Steve Nash back in. Let's see what Coach Danny Ainge has designed. Suns will have the ball in their front court. 5.8 seconds remaining to be played. This quarter has belonged to the Suns, the Hornets so far, 24-18, but it's not over. McLeod will inbound. 5.8 seconds left in the game, tied at 94. McLeod waiting to get the ball. He has it from the official. Goes down low to Manning. Gives the ball to Kidd. Hold the phone. Hold the phone now. What's going on? Bill Oakes has stopped play. And coming over to the officials' bench here.
Delay
of game is called against the Hornets. They came up wanting that call to see what the Suns were going to do.
Well, and they get a great look at what the Suns did. The Suns ran their play.
The call was so late into Kidd. Kidd will wait. Kidd will shoot. Won't get it. And that delay of game was a terrible call, Keith, because Bill Oakes waited until the Suns had started to execute their play, and then he blew the whistle. There's 0.6 of a second remaining here, and
the play was in process.
Yes, that's what I mean.
And then the late whistle was blown.
The play was in progress, and the Suns were on their way to getting a shot when they blew the whistle and called a delay of game. That's an unbelievable call. Well, there's only 0.6 of a second remaining now, but Charlotte will have the basketball, and it's going to be amazing to see if they can get a shot off. I'll tell you, we've had some, I'm going to say unusual calls. I'm just going to try and be nice. 0.6 of a second remaining. And we're tied at 94. You want to look ahead at what's coming up in the next 10 days?
Well, last night, the Suns were in Atlanta, tonight in Charlotte, and we've got Miami and Orlando next Friday and Saturday. And then Philadelphia and Toronto back-to-back on the 2nd and 3rd, ending up this road trip in New Jersey, the Thursday before the All-Star break.
Well, I'll tell you, I'd like to take a look at that last inbounds play because the Suns certainly, the play had started. The ball been inbounded, the play had started. The Suns were doing what they had outlined in the huddle during the timeout to get the shot that they wanted. We get this very late whistle and a delay of game. Oh, wow.
The whistle came literally as the ball was being taken to the basket after tapped and passed.
Right. And then, of course, the Suns inbounded. Kid threw up a shot that didn't go. And it'll be Charlotte's possession with 0.6 of a second remaining. So Charlotte can either do something like magic, or we're going to go to overtime. They'll inbound the ball to midcourt. They've got B.J. Armstrong, Glen Rice, Travis Williams, Matt Geiger, Anthony Mason. They've got 6 players out there right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Somebody's going to have to come off the floor. Well, Geiger's going to come off. So Anthony Mason will inbound at midcourt. 0.6 of a second remaining. Here's Mason with the ball. Mason looking, waiting. Out it comes to Williams. He won't get the shot off. And we'll go to overtime. So we will take a commercial break at the end of regulation here in Charlotte. The Phoenix Suns 94, Charlotte Hornets 94. 5-minute overtime right after these messages.
I'm about to unleash the biblical plague.
For Special Agent Sean Archer,
He wants people dead.
there's only one way to catch a killer.
State-of-the-art morphogenetic template.
You want to take his face and mine?
You've got to become him. From the director of Broken Arrow, John Travolta, Nicolas Cage.
What do you say we trade back?
Face Off.
Plan B. Let's just kill each other.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on DirecTV.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com Arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
He's the guy.
Along with Keith Erickson, Al McCoy in Charlotte. And we go to overtime with these two teams tied at 94-94. And if you're wondering how these ball clubs have done in overtime, Suns have won 2 and lost 2. Charlotte has won 1 and lost 1.
Well, what the Suns need to do is to come out and to match the aggressive play of this Hornet team. The way they've played here in the second half has been very physical basketball. They have set the tone for this last half and for the overtime period.
Howard, it's a 5-minute overtime period. The jump ball. It's knocked to the side, but grabbed by Travis Williams, who's in there for Charlotte, along with Mason, Wesley, Geiger, and Rice. Down the left side comes Wesley. Wesley handles the ball out front to Travis Williams, the first-year player out a lot of years in the CBA. He goes down low now to Anthony Mason. Mason against Hot Rod Williams. Mason backing down, backing down, backing down. Here's the fadeaway. Good. Mason.
2 seconds left on that shot clock as that ball went through.
He worked it down one-on-one against Hot Rod Williams. Got in front, put it up, and it's 96-94 Hornets. Charlotte does the first scoring in the overtime. Off to Rex Chapman, back to Kidd. He's held. And this time they're going to blow the whistle. And Wesley will pick up the foul.
That's his third. Mason has got 4 personal fouls for them, and that's the most.
Inbounded to Jason Kidd. A new shot clock for the Suns. Over to Chapman. Chapman from 20. Got it! So Chapman with 18.
Big shot.
Tied at 96 apiece. in the first minute of the 5-minute overtime. Suns overtime games have been in Portland. Remember, that was 4 overtimes. They won that. Then Boston, then Detroit, then Indiana. Here's Wesley out front to Travis Williams between the circles. Moves to his right with the dribble. Looks like he wants to drive, but holds up. Looks low, nobody there. And we're going to get Geiger. Offensive foul on Geiger. And that'll turn it over to the Suns.
Boy, that was a big play down low. Geiger had Rex Chapman guarding him. He was behind him, and he couldn't get position down low. Ended up fouling Rex on the play.
Okay, tied at 96. 3:50 to go. Over on the left side, Jason Kidd for the Suns. Kidd waiting. Kidd has used the dribble. Here's the ball to Chapman. Chapman goes to McLeod underneath. Reverse layup wouldn't go. Tip in won't go once. It will twice. McLeod tipped it in.
McLeod and Bryant kept it going between them.
98-96, the Suns on top. Here's Wesley down the left side. 3:28 left in overtime. Wesley over on the angle left. Rice getting set to post up, and the ball comes out to Travis Williams. Williams up top of the key. Bounce it to Rice. He turns. 15-footer. Good.
Boy, you just can't give him any room at all. He just fell back right over the top of George McLeod. No problem.
31 points for Glen Rice of the Hornets, and the game is tied at 98. 2 minutes into the overtime. Rex Chapman for the Suns over on the left side, picked up by Travis Williams. Chapman moving down the left side, just inside the three-point line. Now starts his drive, goes to the hoop, and misses the driving layup. Chapman can't get it to fall. Rebound down to the hands of Wesley. 98-98, the game tied in overtime. Wesley beyond the three-point arc. Goes down to Rice. Back to Wesley. Wesley with the fake. Wesley in from 15. Shot won't go.
Big
rebound Mark Bryant. He's in double figures rebounding for this one. To Chapman. Over to McLeod. McLeod on the drive. Goes to the hoop and can't get it. Rebound good, but wait a minute. Manning tipped it up, but hold the phone. Foul on Manning. Foul on Manning.
Boy, that's a shame. George McLeod got a good look, took that ball down the lane with a hesitation. He was a little bit too hard. Manning with a hand in the back.
All right, Steve Nash coming in for the Suns now. And McLeod will come out. We have 2:29. No, let's see.
Yeah, you're right. You know what this does now? Jason Kidd has to guard Glen Rice.
2:29 left in the overtime. Tied at 98, and the Hornets with a basketball. Corey Beck is back in there now. So Beck and Wesley, the starting guards, are on the floor for Charlotte. Beck over on the left side for Rice. 18-footer. Good.
He's just too good.
Yeah.
He is too good.
33 points for Rice. And it's 100-98 Charlotte. Steve Nash up out of backcourt. Nash handling the basketball over on the left side. Nash beyond the three-point arc. Nash played by Rice, who has him defensively. They go inside to Bryant. Bryant backing down. 2 minutes left in the overtime. Bryant fakes. Bryant's shot. It is no good. Rolled around and came off, and Anthony Mason with a big rebound. 1:50 left in the overtime. Hornets by 2 and they have ball. Corey Beck between the circles. Beck looks left. Off to Rice. Three-pointer. No good. Mark Bryant with a rebound. Break for the Suns as Rice misses the three-point attempt. Here comes Steve Nash down the left side. Nash out at three-point range. 1.5 minutes left in the overtime. It goes to Manning.
Big mismatch.
Manning waiting. Manning has Wesley on him. Manning backing down, backing down. Here's the drive. The running right-hander's good, and he's fouled.
Boy, they took advantage of it. It took them a while, but everybody cleared out and let Danny Manning go one-on-one, and nobody came over to help out.
So Wesley will pick up his 4th personal foul. And Manning will go to the free throw line with the game tied. And 1:21 left in the overtime. George McLeod will return for the Suns. Rex Chapman will come out. And Manning at the free throw line. Has not been there tonight. Of course, the Suns haven't been there much tonight. The free throw, not good. Rebound grabbed by Mason. Game tied, 100. At the century mark for these two teams. Corey Beck still in backcourt. Now over the time stripe for the Hornets. Bounce it to Glen Rice. McLeod defending against Rice. Rice at three-point range. Now to Mason. Mason on the left side. Wesley's down in the lane. Looks like he's hurt. And what they're going to call here, they're finally going to get a timeout called.
Well, who called it? No, none of the players called it.
No. I don't know who called it either. But they have stopped play.
He was in the lane. He was in the lane the whole time.
6 seconds on the shot clock. 1:03 left in the overtime. Terry Koffler, the Charlotte trainer, is out there. Well, now they have to call a timeout. Players just standing around out on the floor. And apparently they're giving Charlotte the timeout here. Corey Beck is the player that is down. Corey Beck is the player that is down. And as I don't want to sound repetitious, but we've seen some strange things in this ball game tonight. 1 minute 3 seconds remain in the overtime. Tied at 100.
Well, I wish we had an opportunity to ask the officials.
Yeah, Dave Cowens is all over the official here.
Well, they just showed the replay on the screen up above, and evidently Mark Bryant gave him a pretty good shot as he was coming up to set that screen.
They still haven't gotten Beck off. Dave Cowens way out on the floor now, talking to referee Tommy Nunez.
He's now asking Nunez where they're going to get the ball out of bounds.
Yeah. All right, Beck is now up, moving, and I'm sure he'll be coming off the floor here, but he is walking under his own power. We're in overtime here at the Charlotte Coliseum. The Suns' 5th overtime game of the year. Charlotte in their 3rd. Charlotte defeated Miami in overtime and lost to Detroit in overtime, both in January. Suns had a 4 overtime victory in Portland, and they lost a 3 overtime game in Detroit.
I wanted to ask you just a technical question. In that situation where the player is down and he's hurt, they have the ball. Can the official take the prerogative to make the timeout call, even though no players make it?
No, a player has to call a timeout. Well, B.J. Armstrong is going to replace Corey Beck. Again, Charlotte's ball, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Tie game in 1 minute 3 left in the overtime. Suns still with Manning, McLeod, Bryant, Steve Nash, and Jason Kidd. And let's see where they're going to have him inbound the basketball. Still waiting here for the official as Dave Cowens finally sends his troops, and they'll inbound the ball in the front court. Here in overtime, the Suns 3 of 8, Charlotte 3 of 5 from the field. Wesley inbounding, looking. Finally gets it to Geiger. Geiger with the turnaround, no good. Rebound down to Steve Nash. 55 seconds left in overtime. Cross court for Jason Kidd. Down to McLeod. And the Suns want a timeout. We'll take it. 52 seconds left in the overtime. Tied at the century mark. Back after this full timeout.
I'm about to unleash the biblical plague.
For Special Agent Sean Archer,
He wants people dead.
there's only one way to catch a killer.
State-of-the-art morphogenetic template.
You want to take his face in mine?
You've got to become him. From the director of Broken Arrow, John Travolta, Nicolas Cage.
What do you say we trade back?
Face Off.
Plan B. Let's just kill each other.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com Arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
We've got 52.7 of a second remaining here in the overtime period. The first overtime, the score is tied at 100 apiece. And the Hornets are out of fouls. The Suns only have 1 here in the overtime. And there are 2 timeouts remaining for each team.
Okay, the Suns have 18 seconds on the shot clock. Nash, Chapman, Kidd, Bryant, and Manning. And Manning will inbound the ball. The other 4 form a picket line at the free throw stripe. Manning waiting to get the ball from the official. He has it. He looks. Breaking out on top is Rex Chapman. Chapman with the basketball. Now Chapman backing down the left side. Chapman keeps coming, but he's still out of three-point range. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Chapman out on top. Bounces the ball to Manning. Manning backing down, running out of time. Leans in for the shot and got it. Manning with a huge hoop. Danny Manning scoring, and the Suns lead by 2. 35 seconds left in the overtime.
Boy, that was big time, and Geiger flattened Manning after that shot fell through.
Here's Wesley over the time stripe. You know the guy they want to go to. His last name is Rice. Here's Wesley off on the right side. That's Rice at three-point range. Shoot it from there, and got it. Three-pointer by Rice.
Unbelievable shot.
He has 36 and a one-point lead, and the Suns want another timeout. What can you say about Glen Rice that hasn't already been said?
Well, I'll tell you what Paul Silas said about him when I interviewed him before the game. He said he's as good as he's seen play this game, and we just saw that right there. That was an incredible shot.
A three-pointer by Rice. He has 36 for the game, and now it's right in the lap of the Suns. Rice has 29 points in the second half. 103-102 Charlotte, and the Suns had the ball with 20 seconds, 20.9 seconds remaining in the overtime, and they're talking right now. Well, a moment ago, Wesley looked back for Rice. Chapman was there defensively. Rice fired it, and swoosh, it went.
Rex Chapman was all over him. He was right there. Rice just straightened up, shot that three. Amazing shot. Now, Al, we've got an interesting situation with 20 seconds left to go in the ball game. Suns down by a point. Did they bring the ball in and go for the shot quickly, try and get a good shot, or do they wait, hold it, a la Bobby Knight, for the last shot of the ball game? If they make a shot, they win the game by 1.
Well, that's a big decision that you can bet is being discussed in the Suns huddle right now by Suns coach Danny Ainge, his staff, and players. An overtime matchup with the Suns and Charlotte. And the gun for the Hornets, Glen Rice, with 36 points and maybe the biggest shot of the ball game, the three-point field goal he knocked down just a moment ago with 20.9 seconds left in overtime.
Suns have had a couple of free throws that they've missed. I know they'd love to have back. Danny Manning has had a free throw here in the overtime period, missed it. Rex Chapman had one right at the end of the ball game that he missed. And those guys are, you wouldn't expect, if they had it again, you know they would make it.
Well, Charlotte talking defense. They come out with Rice, Geiger, Mason. They have Donald Royal in there, along with Wesley, David Wesley.
And now a foul in this situation by the Hornets sends the Suns to the free throw line. Remember, they're out of fouls.
Suns with Danny Manning, who just had a big hoop a moment ago, Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, Mark Bryant, and Rex Chapman. And the Suns have the length of the floor to go. They trail by 1. All right, it comes in to Steve Nash. Seconds tick away. Nash over the time stripe. 15 seconds to play. Nash over to Chapman. His 20-footer. Good! It's good! 12.2 seconds remain. 104-103. We'll get a timeout. Chapman with 20. We'll take this full timeout and be back with the final amazing 12 seconds of overtime. Suns by 1. After these messages, right back.
You're into the game. Get into the gear. Have you heard about Nothing But Hoops? It's the official catalog of the NBA. You can get NBA Authentics. That's the same stuff players wear. Hey, it might even help your game. Get the coolest stuff from any team, anytime, anywhere. Even WNBA stuff. What more could you ask for? For your free Nothing But Hoops catalog, call 1-800-NBA-HOOPS. 1-800-NBA-HOOPS. I love this stuff.
Breakdown is the #1 thriller in the country.
My wife did not leave me.
The New York Times calls it pure action. It packs a punch.
What do you want?
Fresh and exciting, says USA Today. Solid thrills raise Gene Shalit of the Today Show.
When do I see my wife?
Just start walking. People magazine calls it a high-octane thriller.
Get down on the ground!
And Roger Ebert says this film delivers. Breakdown.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
The biggest stars as they soar into the night.
We hit the stage to watch the NBA play. All across Broadway. I love this game.
I love this game.
I love this game.
We've got 12.2 seconds to play in this overtime period. The Suns have a 1-point lead, 104-103. Both teams have one timeout remaining. Charlotte has the ball. They will probably inbound at half court. The Suns have a foul to give, and I fully expect that they will give it here in these last 12 seconds.
Suns come out with Steve Nash, Rex Chapman, Jason Kidd, Danny Manning, Mark Bryant. Charlotte with Matt Geiger, Anthony Mason, the amazing Glen Rice, B.J. Armstrong, and David Wesley. And they will inbound the ball at midcourt. 12 seconds is an eternity. 104-103. The Suns by one, and Wesley ready to inbound the ball. Again, as Keith mentioned, the Suns do have a foul to give. Wesley right in front of our courtside location, and we'll get a delay of game. Now, that's the way a delay of game is supposed to be called.
Called before they inbound the ball instead of when they're in the play.
Last time the Suns got a terrific situation. Okay, here's Wesley again with the ball. Rifles it down to Rice. Rice shoots a three. He got it. Well, Glen Rice hit the three. He has 39 points, and Charlotte leads by 2 with 9.9 seconds remaining. I'll tell you, if you're a Phoenix Suns player right now, you got a battle, because those are heartbreaking shots by Rice. Back-to-back three-pointers.
He has just been phenomenal tonight. 39 points in the ball game. He only had 6 in the first half. He is really something. And Al, these shots he's taking, not easy shots, and then nothing but the bottom of the net.
Well, he has a single game high this year of 56, in case anybody's wondering. But right now, it's been the Glen Rice story. And now the Suns come down, trailing 106-104. 9.9 seconds remaining. Last year, at the NBA All-Star game, Glen Rice was the MVP. And he'll be on the Eastern Conference All-Star team again this year, and you can see why.
And the reason he got the MVP is because he was unconscious shooting the ball that game, in the All-Star game, just like he's been shooting it here in the second half tonight. Well, nothing but net.
He's just been sensational, and he's given his team a 2-point lead. The Suns are up by 1, 12.2 seconds left, and they went for the three. I mean, you talk about taking a gamble.
Well, I'm not sure if they even meant to take a three. They just wanted Glen Rice to get that shot right away. Suns didn't even have a chance to foul.
No. Glen Rice is so plays with so much confidence in his shooting. No, you wonder the Suns didn't even get a chance to grab the foul, which we anticipated they might do. All right, Suns ball. They trail by 2, and they have 9.9 seconds to pull off a miracle here at the Charlotte Coliseum. Still talking with Coach Danny Ainge. Charlotte is ready. We're at the Beehive.
Charlotte's out of fouls. They don't have a foul to give, and they have one timeout remaining. Charlotte does. The Suns do not, which means they've got to get the ball inbounded on this first attempt.
Rex Chapman, Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, Danny Manning, George McLeod. That's the Suns lineup. Chapman will inbound the ball at midcourt. 9.9 seconds remaining. 22,000 fans on their feet at the Charlotte Coliseum. Charlotte leads by 2. Chapman with a look. Gets the ball to Manning. Manning on the drive. Manning keeps coming. 16-footer's good. Ties the game. Oh, brother. Danny Manning, 16 feet away, ripped one up and in, and there's still 5.3 seconds left. Neither one of these teams wants to say die.
Boy, that was a phenomenal look by Danny Manning. Gave the fake. He kept the defender down on the ground, and then he just went up for that shot, and he just knew the whole time, just like Glen Rice, nothing but net.
But are you nervous? Do you want to give this Charlotte team with the hot hand of Glen Rice the last pop?
That's the only problem with that play, and boy, since the shot went in, you surely can't fault Danny Manning.
Not at all.
Now,
5.3 seconds remain.
Remember, Suns have a foul to give. They didn't get a chance to do it last time. No timeouts. Neither team has a timeout left.
So that's it. This situation, what a thriller. At halftime, the Suns are up by 10 points, leading Charlotte 50-40. Going into the fourth and final quarter, the Suns had a 6-point lead, 76-70. But then I guess we could say it became the Glen Rice story.
Absolutely, the Glen Rice show, and he took over.
He had 13 points in the fourth quarter alone.
Yep, and he's got 39 in the ball game. He's 14 out of 27. 8 out of 10 from the free throw line, 3 out of 6 from three-point range. He's been doing it all.
Well, he has 10 of their 12 points here in the overtime period. 39, as you mentioned, for the ball game, and just sensational shooting.
7th best in the league this year from three-point land. He has surpassed 14,000 points for his career tonight. He got that with his first bucket tonight.
All right, 5.3 seconds left in overtime. We're in the first overtime, tied at 106. The Hornets come out with B.J. Armstrong, Anthony Mason, Travis Williams, along with Glen Rice, of course, and Wesley. And it's going to be Mason inbounding the ball. Mason right in front of our courtside location. 5.3 seconds remaining. Hot Rod Williams is in for the Suns with Manning, McLeod, Kidd, and Chapman. Mason has the ball. Here's the look. He's waiting. He's waiting. Out it comes to Wesley. Wesley in front. Wesley with a drive. Wesley waiting. Here's his shot. It won't go. And we'll go to the second overtime. At the end of the first overtime, the score, Phoenix Suns 106, Charlotte 106. Second overtime coming up after this 90-second timeout.
I'm about to unleash the biblical plague.
For Special Agent Sean Archer,
He wants people dead.
there's only one way to catch a killer.
State-of-the-art morphogenetic template.
You want to take his face and mine?
You've got to become him. From the director of Broken Arrow, John Travolta, Nicolas Cage.
What do you say we trade back?
Face Off.
Plan B. Let's just kill each other.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com Arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Al McCoy with Keith Erickson, and a moment ago it was Danny Manning with a great shot that tied this ball game. He broke around Anthony Mason. Here's the fake, the look. He hit it from 16. And we go to the second overtime here in Charlotte, tied at 106.
Well, that was a pretty good impersonation of Glen Rice that Danny Manning just had. And then as they were inbounding the ball with 5 seconds to play, Manning was the guy guarding Rice and would not let him get off a good shot.
All right. It'll be
get the ball.
Let's see who's going to jump center for the Suns. Mark Bryant, I believe, against Geiger to start this second 5-minute overtime period. Ready for the center jump. Tied at 106. Going to the second 5-minute overtime. Tip is grabbed by McLeod, although Geiger got it. McLeod hustled and got it, and then throws the ball away. Oh, that hurt. McLeod going cross court to Kidd. He says, I'm sorry, my fault. So it'll go back into the hands of Charlotte. They did the first scoring to start the first overtime, you may recall. David Wesley against Steve Nash. Wesley out front, over on the left side to Glen Rice. Rice was Mr. Everything in the first overtime for Charlotte. Now to Mason. Mason in deep for the shot. He got it.
He's too big. He just moves everybody right back under the basket. Then he's got just a little gimme.
108-106. Charlotte leading second overtime. Steve Nash played by Donald Royal. Nash out front. Mason jumps out on him in a switch defensively for the Hornets. Now Nash on the drive. Dishes to Manning. Gives it to McLeod. McLeod for 3. Can't get it. Rebound Glen Rice. McLeod's having a tough shooting night for the Suns tonight. 108-106 Charlotte. They have the ball.
He's 2 of 10 from the floor.
Here's Wesley. Wesley handling it out front for the Hornets now. He looks to Glen Rice. Rice with the ball. Goes inside to Mason. Little spin move, but he can't get by Mark Bryant this time. Now he backs down in low again. He goes up for the shot. Doesn't get it, but he is fouled. Mason is fouled on the play. And the foul is on Mark Bryant.
I think he's gone.
That's 5. That's 5 on Bryant.
5. Okay,
yeah.
They're pretty quick with their numbers here. What do you do guarding a guy like this? He just backs you right down under the basket, takes it to the hole, causes the contact. You pick up the foul.
Mason was 17 points. He's 3 of 4 from the line, and his first one here is good. So he has 18 points, and Charlotte leads by 3. You don't like to get in too big of a hole in an overtime.
Absolutely not. Not on their floor.
Waiting now for Mason. to have his next free throw. And free throws have been the story of Charlotte's success in this second half after they trailed by 10 at halftime. Next free throw won't go. So that's a break. And the missed free throws grabbed off the glass by the Suns' Jason Kidd. 109-106. Charlotte by 3. Manning with the ball out front. Over to Rex Chapman. Chapman on the drive. And he's pushed and fouled by Royal. Royal will pick up the personal foul. It's his second. And the Suns will have a new shot clock. 3:43 left in the second overtime here in the Charlotte Coliseum. Along with Keith Erickson, Al McCoy looking on. Happy to have you looking and listening. The ball comes into Steve Nash. Nash out front for the Suns now between the circles. Looks left, finds Chapman. Chapman on the drive again, running right-hander, won't go. Misses the 16-footer, and it's grabbed off the floor by David Wesley of Charlotte. 109-106 the Hornets. Down the left side for Rice. Rice out at three-point range. Gives it back to Wesley.
He's got Kidd guarding
Wesley
him.
waiting. Rice, and again Kidd the defender. Rice out front to Geiger. Passed up the shot. Give it to Wesley. Wesley on the drive. Back to Geiger. To the hoop. It's knocked away. It's retrieved by Royal, and he scores.
Boy, that was a huge play by Donald Royal. He got the block shot and laid it back in as the buzzer went off.
And it's a 5-point Charlotte lead, the biggest lead they've had in the game, I do believe. Here's Steve Nash out front. Nash has Geiger on him defensively. Nash on the drive. Nash waits, goes into Bryant. Bryant inside. Bryant will score. There's 2:46 remaining, and he's fouled.
David Wesley picks up his 5th personal foul.
And Mark Bryant to the line. Boy, these free throws are big now. 111-108. Charlotte with 2:46 left in the second overtime.
Mark Bryant. Free throw line, he's 2 of 4 this evening. George McLeod coming back in for Rex Chapman.
And Bryant at the free throw line. Mark has made 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Here's the look by the veteran, and he got it. He got it. So now it's a 2-point lead for the Hornets. Suns put on some defensive pressure. 111-109 Charlotte. Into Geiger. Geiger to Glen Rice. Rice on the dribble. He keeps coming, and we're going to get a foul called on McLeod. McLeod picks up his 3rd personal.
Gee, with the banging that's been going on, how necessary was that call?
Amazing. Into Wesley. Wesley over on the left side for Anthony Mason now. Mason against Mark Bryant. Mason starts the drive inside, and he's going to be fouled by Mark Bryant. And I believe that's all for Mark. That's his 6th personal. So he will foul out of the ball game. Hot Rod Williams will come back in.
Mark Bryant gave it his all tonight. He had quite a job on his hands. He played 33 minutes, 7 points, and 12 rebounds for Mark Bryant.
Yeah, 12 big rebounds. All right, new 24 seconds on the shot clock for Charlotte. To Geiger, now to Royal out front. Bounce past to Rice, raises up from 17 and got it.
What do you do?
Well,
what do you do?
Amazing shot. He has 41 points.
McLeod was on him, and Manning came over. Shot it over both of them.
113-109. Charlotte with the lead. And the Hornets are not giving the Suns any room out front at 3-point range. Here's Kidd. Here's Nash. Nash breaks through, and he's fouled. Foul is going to be called here on Geiger.
That's his 4th. Gee,
well, they say 3rd. We had it his 4th, but the officials say it's just his 3rd. 113-109. Charlotte with the lead, and now 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining to be played here in this second overtime. Well, the Suns could really use a 3-pointer, but these Hornets are coming out defensively, not giving the Suns any room beyond that 3-point arc. Chapman for Nash. Nash straddles the 3-point line. Wesley against him defensively. Nash looking over on the left side. Nobody there. Now Manning trying to get open. The ball comes out to Jason Kidd. 2 minutes left in the second overtime. The ball is thrown away. Was it deflected? They say no. And it's Charlotte's basketball. Charlotte has the ball with 1:59 left in the second overtime. They have a 113-109 lead. Mason inbounding in backcourt to Wesley. Wesley taking his time. He crosses the time stripe. Wesley starting down the left side. Wesley played by the Suns' Steve Nash. Wesley off to Mason. He's open. Here's a 16-footer. Won't get it. Rebound. Geiger has it. Knocked away. It'll belong to Charlotte. New shot clock with 1:42 remaining in the second overtime. And Dave Cowens, the Hornet coach, wants a timeout. 142 remaining in the second overtime. Charlotte 113, Suns 109. Charlotte's ball. We'll be back after the full timeout.
I'm about to unleash the biblical plague.
For Special Agent Sean Archer,
He wants people dead.
there's only one way to catch a killer.
State-of-the-art morphogenetic template.
You want to take his face and mine?
You've got to become him. From the director of Broken Arrow, John Travolta, Nicolas Cage.
What do you say we trade back?
Face Off.
Plan B. Let's just kill each other.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on DirecTV.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
The Charlotte Hornets with a 4-point lead. 1 minute and 42 seconds remaining in the second overtime. Hornets on top 113-109. And the Hornets with the ball. And a full 24 seconds on the shot clock. Glen Rice to inbound in the front court of the Hornets, just to the left of their basket. Rice has the ball from the official, inbounding to Geiger. Right back to David Wesley. Wesley beyond the three-point stripe over on the left side. They can afford to use the shot clock, and it appears that's what they're going to do. Wesley just holding the basketball. Wesley waiting, gets it off to Rice. Rice takes one dribble, puts up an 18-footer. Won't get this one. Rebound, Donald Royal. He pushes nice out of the way, but he comes out with the basketball. Big rebound by Royal. It's a minute 20 now left in the second overtime. Out to Wesley. Wesley, they're just holding the ball, running the shot clock down. Wesley to his left, off to Mason. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mason over on the left against the Suns' Hot Rod Williams. Mason banging down, turns inside, goes in underneath, shots blocked. It's grabbed. Geiger takes it away from Williams, puts it up, it's waved off. We're going to have a foul call.
Yeah, foul on Hot Rod.
Yep. Geiger just took that ball away from Hot Rod Williams, drew the foul, and he'll go to the line with 1 minute, 1 second left in the second overtime. Well, the Hornets by 4, and Geiger can make it tough for the Suns if he can connect from the free throw line, and he'll get the first one.
Al, I want to show you something. Just on the replay, Anthony Mason took that ball down the baseline, and he stepped out of bounds about 3 feet right in front of the official.
No call.
Before he shot that ball.
Geiger gets both free throws. The Suns will take a timeout. So will we. Things looking rough for the Suns with a minute 1 left in the second overtime. They're down by 6, 115-109. Back after this 90-second timeout.
I'm about to unleash the biblical plague.
For Special Agent Sean Archer,
He wants people dead.
there's only one way to catch a killer.
State-of-the-art morphogenetic template.
You want to take his face and mine?
You've got to become him. From the director of Broken Arrow, John Travolta, Nicolas Cage.
What do you say we trade back?
Face Off.
Plan B. Let's just kill each other.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on DirecTV.
The game really is a lot like jazz. You can take a jazz quintet and actually liken it to 5 people on a basketball court. The point guard would be like the piano player, because in most bands the piano is like the brain. Then you have the power forward, which is like the drummer. I think that small forward position, I'd have to give that to that tenor saxophone. But I think if I was a coach, I wouldn't put me in the game. I play a good anthem, man.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com Arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
The Suns with their backs up against the wall. 1:01 remain in the second overtime, and they're down by 6. And Steve Nash picking the ball up in backcourt. 42 free throws have been attempted by Charlotte, 22 by the Suns. Huge factor. In low, Manning. He'll score it. Well, the Suns do get a quick hoop. They get a quick hoop. And now it's 115-111, a 4-point lead. 50 seconds remain in the overtime. Charlotte with the lead in the ball. Wesley being pressured in backcourt, but he brings it up front, off to Rice on the left side. Rice goes down to Mason. Mason waiting against Hot Rod Williams. Williams set. Mason backing down, and in frustration, Williams is going to foul him. Mason, that's been his game ever since he's been in the NBA, and he has been allowed to play that way. He simply uses his muscle, and he will bang away and back you down inside until he gets in so close that he has a terrific shot. He did it with the Knicks. He's doing it with Charlotte.
Well, when you're that big and they let you get away with it, you might as well do it.
That's right. It's his game, and the first free throw's good. That's 19 points for Anthony Mason. He's been a big contributor, and he's played a lot of minutes, 52 to be precise. And he adds another point, and the Suns back up even deeper against that wall. And both free throws are good. 20 points for Mason. The Suns will take a timeout, and so will we, with 35 seconds remaining in this second overtime. A 117-111 Charlotte lead. Can the Suns pull off a miracle? Back after these messages. Can't believe all these people left. Is that amazing?
God.
It's amazing. We have 35.6 seconds left in the second overtime. Charlotte leads by 6, and the Suns with the ball. Steve Nash will inbound at midcourt for Phoenix. Nash waiting. The movement starts, and the lob goes to Manning. He makes the grab. Manning on the drive. Manning is fouled by Wesley. Wesley reaches in and picks up the foul, and that will send Manning to the line for 2 free throws. That only took 3 seconds. 32 seconds left in the second overtime.
That's Wesley's 6th personal
he's
foul.
gone. He fouls out of the game. The Suns have lost both Antonio McDyess and Mark Bryant. They have fouled out, and now we'll wait and see who Dave Cowan, as he meditates over on the side, and he'll come back with B.J. Armstrong. And Danny Manning at the free throw line. Manning with 14 points. He's attempted only 1 free throw. He did not make that one. He has 14 points in the ball game. So here is Manning to shoot 2. Manning takes his time. Here's the look from that free throw line, and the first one rolls around and goes. He got it.
Tantalizing. Down to 5.
So Manning waiting for his second free throw. Here's the look. Here's the shot. He got them both. Both free throws are good. The Suns with full court pressure. It comes into Rice. Rice pushes Nash away, gets it off to Armstrong. I guess you can do that. Now Armstrong is going to be fouled.
I don't think he's the guy you want to foul.
No.
And when you foul, you've got to foul right away. That's what you do.
Well, Hot Rod Williams picks up the foul, and he's gone. That's his 6th personal. And it is 117-113. Think they can activate Horacio Llamas?
Real quickly.
26 seconds remaining in the second overtime. Glen Rice just literally pushed Steve Nash out of the way to get by him.
Well, he got in his way.
That's right. And here's B.J. Armstrong, an excellent free throw shooter for Charlotte at the line. And his first one is up and in.
B.J., since he's been with Charlotte, he's shooting 88% from the free throw line.
And he's always been an excellent free throw shooter since coming out of the University of Iowa and being with the Chicago Bulls for some great years. And he gets both free throws. And the Suns will come down trailing by 6, 119-113. 24 seconds to go. Into Manning. Manning with the turnaround jump hook. In and out, won't go. Nash with the rebound. And the Hornets in great shape. They're going to win this thriller here before their hometown fans. Rice is going to be fouled by Manning with 12 seconds to go. Danny Manning, he picks up his 5th personal. And Rice will go to the line with 12 seconds left in what has been an amazing basketball game. We're in the second overtime, and the Charlotte Hornets are going to come away with a victory, and the Suns are going to lose only their 14th game of the year. Charlotte will win their 26th. They'll go to 26-17. And here is Glen Rice. He's having a brilliant ball game. He'll miss this free throw. He has 41 points in the game. He had 7 at halftime, folks. Think about that. But he single-handedly took over starting in the 4th quarter and in the first overtime. Here's Rice again, waiting for his 2nd free throw attempt. He looks, it is up, and that one is good. He has a 42-point night. And the Suns now will hurry out of backcourt. Steve Nash with the lob for Manning. Manning will not get the hoop. It's tipped up once, it won't go. Nash with the rebound. Nash can't put it up over Mason, who has him. Finally does. This one's over. Charlotte wins it in 2 overtimes. It's over. 2 overtimes. Final. Charlotte 120, Suns 113. We'll be back after these messages.